Welcome, welcome. Um, my name is Carlman Turner, or JK Mads Magpie. I'm continually adding new nicknames to my roster, but I will be your host for the evening for Ravenscrest, which is a new TTRPG miniseries run with the Electric Bastionlands rules in an unassuming Midwestern town in the 80s named Ravenscrest. We follow four adventurers who had already been through a little bit. If anybody caught us on our 14 Days of Halloween stream, this will be titled very differently than that. The other one is A Long Night at the Booth House, but this is actually a continuation forward. It was changed for uh, marketing reasons. So go watch the other one. That one's okay. This one has its own stuff now. But the same cast. We're going to go ahead and introduce everybody, and then we will get started. Let's start with Chuck down there.
Hello, I am Osaric Franco, and I'm playing Charlie, Chuck McPherson. She is, I don't know, man. She's a real chill kid with a little bit of a grumpy streak. Is just trying to figure out who she is. That's about it.
Hey, what's up? I'm Turk. I'll be playing Jack Timmerman. It really fits that I'm higher on the screen than Chuck as well, because unlike some people who are questioning their lives choices, Jack knows exactly what he's gonna do. He's a high school football kicker. Um, you know, Formerly ran with this crew back in the middle school, but transitioned out. But now he got this little car crash cast thing going, and maybe no one's hanging out with him in that old crowd, so he's like helping these guys get popular again. Uh, so yeah, real cool dude. Um, Go Ravenscrest murder.
Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckelot, and I will be playing Victoria, the kind of weird kid that likes magic and tarot cards and stuff, but also as of last session we had this became kind of a horse girl, not of like any of my own accord. It just kind of happened. So that's interesting, and she's just kind of I don't know, taking high school life day by day. That's all I got.
Hey guys, it's Dev Develops. I'm playing the always enigmatic, your fave student body vice president, Willy Timberman, and let's just get it going.
Very good. Well, welcome everybody. Um, where last we left off, or as of the last episode, Halloween night, right before homecoming, y'all decided to go visit a haunted house, which was fun. Sort of. For me, I had fun. Uh, Two of you almost died in what was a mansion that I guess you really, I'm not 100% sure what had happened or what plagues that place, but it is bad news all around. You encountered a number of different things, did best you could to survive and get out. Not everybody in the house managed to make it out okay, but you four did. This session takes place about a month after that. Uh, Thanksgiving is a couple days past. We are the Saturday following Thanksgiving. Everybody's just kind of chilling. Family is still here, home from college, or extended grandparents have shown up, and we are just kind of relaxing because the festivities of Thanksgiving itself have passed us. Um, the Your siblings are off hanging out. Chuck and Willy, you know that both of your brothers are actually relatively close, and they're out at the edge of the wood beyond the football field at the moment, where Chuck, this would be information actually just for you, are familiar with what they've been building out there because your brother trusts you enough to let you in on the uh, inside information. You four, though, are spending this afternoon trying to teach Jack a new hobby. since you've all grown closer. Jack, your cast is off by this point, but y'all are walking away with some gnarly scars from what you had encountered before, whether that be mental or physical. It's questionable how much you talk about it, but the town definitely talks about it. 4 kids walked out having been bloodied up pretty badly. A couple of people in the city are still shaken by that and the perceptions of what may have happened. But you 4, right now, are spending the time in Willy's basement, hanging out, playing some games. But real quick before we get to that, because I am notoriously bad at forgetting this, because this is running Electric Bastion Land's rules, the adventure points are a little bit different for this. +2s are bad, -2s are good, and they do not count for luck rolls, so don't push your luck this time, because y'all tried that on me a couple times last time. It's a D6. A -2 is significant. Doesn't count anymore. But there are a couple new things in the adventure points. The good and bad tables also still very much apply to this, so feel free to play with those as you like, folks in chat. But back to the game. We are at Willy's. Willy, what are we doing?
Ready? Adventurers, you stand there in the chamber, the 3 fates looking deep into your eyes, these gargantuan, ancient shadow dragons. Around you, 4 onyx pillars. They start glowing with these arcane runes, same as below you, as the sigil enveloping you all around. Suddenly, you feel this warmth overtake you. You tense up. Writhing pain fills your system and your heart's... You try to move, but you can't. This searing pain overtakes you, and suddenly you hear a voice in your head asking you, Will you give us, your pain, and memories? How do you respond? Jack?
Sorry, what?
Look,
There's a
what?
okay, wait. There's a dragon, and now there's people talking in our heads. Like,
I think it's the dragon.
You do know dragons have telepathy. Like we've talked about this before. Oh,
okay,
when you-
wait. But
yeah,
then
when
there
you
was the other
answer-
dragons who don't
Willy,
have
Will-
telepathy, and
No, okay.
like,
So when they're born, you roll a dice, a percentage dice, and then from there you figure out whether or not they have the abilities when they're younger, and some
Wait.
just don't choose to. And it's a
which of
personal
these is
choice.
the percentage dice?
No,
How do I
don't-
get to roll one of
oh
those?
my
I want.
gosh, no.
Why don't I
you
get psychic abilities?
That's you. You just.
We're only
you
level
don't.
13.
Hey, it's just the way things happen. I'm sorry. So, what do you? Yes or no? Are you gonna give them your most loved and painful memories?
Yeah, sure. Where do I have that marked on my sheet?
It's in your mind.
Well, all right. Yeah, sure. Fine then.
You say yes. Chuck, what do you respond?
No. And as I say that, I grab a hold of my longsword and pull it out and challenge.
But you're restrained. You
Yeah,
can't
you're
move.
restrained. Were you even paying attention?
Oh, right, because you knew how dragons worked earlier.
Vic, will you give up your most prized and loved memories? along with the most
I'm gonna say no. Sounds right.
It does sound right. It does sound right.
I don't think my character would. Joan's not like that.
Yeah, give me a moment here.
Not that it matters to any of you, but the phone rings upstairs, and you can hear Willy's mother pick it up.
All right. with that, Jack seemingly vanishes. Chuck and
Oh,
Vic,
thank God.
you are left there alone. And we'll pick it up next week. Now that we finish that. Yeah.
Great
that's,
session.
Oh, boy.
Wait,
It's perfect.
wait, am I dead? What the fuck?
Probably.
We'll have to
You don't
figure
know.
it out. You know,
I
you
took
vanished.
you made me
they're left
sit
there.
through like 2 hours of making this sheet.
Oh my gosh! Listen, we've been through this before. You knew what you were in for. If you had done your homework, you would know what they were going to ask you and why they were going to ask you that question and what the correct response was going to be.
Look, you gave me like a 15-page document to read. Like, what do you want?
It was
I'm already
like
doing my
so many
homework
words.
and practice.
What do you
Words.
expect?
So hard.
I hear the next edition is going to be a little more user friendly.
Gosh,
I
I
don't know
hope.
though.
There's
I
what?
think this one I can't. I don't know if I can do another one.
You can do
No.
it, Willy. It was really, really
Yeah,
great.
your description was so good, and your sound, the heartbeat thing, I could feel my heart doing the same thing.
No,
I have
it
a
was.
question.
It was
I have a
cool.
question about how the fountain works, though, because like that feels very much like you just like ripped that from like Norse mythology, which I think is rad as shit. Super cool.
Which fountain? There's like 5.
Right, but like the one with the head in it.
No.
Evelyn, Willy's mother, from upstairs you can hear, Chuck? Chuck, your mom's on the phone. She really wanted to, she needs to talk to you.
Okay, okay. Right. She'll get up and just look. I'll be right back, I guess.
He's
So.
calling.
You go upstairs to the phone on the wall, the fantastical coiled cord hanging and
Love
kind of
it.
draping over one of the kitchen chairs. As you take the phone, Evelyn walks away and continues just kind of cleaning the counters.
Hey, Mom. What's up?
Hey, no, so I know it's the weekends and that's fine, and I know you know where he is, but can you go? Dinner ended up early, or ready a little bit earlier, or will be ready a little bit earlier. Just bring. Will you go get your brother?
Yeah, sure. Is he just hanging out, like,
Yeah,
with
I
his
think.
friends?
Yeah, he said he was out by the woods again.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't know what
sick.
I think they're building that thing again.
Yeah.
But
Oh, what's for dinner?
what? Oh, I mean casserole. I told you that
Oh.
earlier, I thought.
Yeah, but I forgot.
Oh, okay, well, green beans, the crispies on the top.
Oh, I do like the Krispies on the top.
I know. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go get him. No problem, Mom.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I know that it should be ready by the time you go get him and then come back. So
Okay. Awesome.
perfect.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Bye bye.
All right, bye, Mom.
Okay.
She'll just kind of go over to the top of the stairs, and I don't even think she'll thank Willy's mom and then go to the top of the stairs and yell down, "Hey guys, I gotta go get Ollie. Do you guys want to come?"
Willy
Yeah, I
again.
mean-
Yeah, you know your brother's there, but
Yeah. Let's go. I mean, we're done with the session.
Sure, a walk sounds fun.
Jack, don't worry. You're not dead. It's gonna be fine. You're okay. You're gonna keep
All right.
playing.
Good. I don't want to. I put a lot of work into this.
Yes, yes. I
think.
know you're very invested in your princess character. She's very awesome.
Wait,
She's
prince-
an awesome mage. You love to play her. Yeah,
What?
Don't-
Wait.
It's fine. It's fine.
What the
it's
fuck,
fine.
man?
Let's
You
go.
gave me a
All right, guys,
girl.
let's go.
Oh.
are you guys all heading out then? Are you walking? Are you driving? You would know you will have to walk a little bit of it because the portion of the woods that Chuck Oliver likes to play at is beyond, again, the football fields. The high school itself, where the football fields are adjacent to, is the back of it is basically a dense pine forest.
I feel like Chuck would probably like drive. She has just a beat up old white Mazda, or just that she would have everybody pile into.
Fair enough. All right, so if everybody's driving there, the drive itself is unassuming. You pass by a number of different locations that some of you may have ties to, some of you may not. The diner in the center of town. There is a breakfast place and a McDonald's fairly close to the high school itself. There are also there's a bowling alley a little ways off, not necessarily on the trip, but you can see it down an adjacent street. It's pretty quiet out right now. There aren't a lot of people out, and you know that, one, because a lot of people are still worried about what they believe happened to all of you, and also it is post-Thanksgiving. Everybody's still inside hanging out with their families for the most part, or hanging out with friends in their houses. You arrive at the side of the Ravenscrest football fields. And Jack, you recognize, or at least at a distance, recognize 3 of the team playing on the field. Just tossing a ball.
All right, cool. So we're gonna like walk around, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna
Alright,
go
cool.
find all.
I mean, unless you want to have them hear about Princess Mary Berry of Tasty Town.
You know what, dude? We're lucky we're fucking related.
You chose the character. Remember that.
Okay, so are you guys trying to skirt around the football field then?
Yeah.
Give me some dex saves.
Oh boy, with a +2.
One of my +2. Thank you. Oh hell yeah! Roll a 2, so that's a 4.
Guess what? Yeah, 4 + 2, so that's 6. For my 9.
5 for 12.
Very nice.
13 for 14.
So everybody succeeded. Okay. Tepid as Jack might be to face his team, he leads you all around the side of the bleachers, back around, and manages to avoid the football field, getting closer to the edge of the wood.
I know I like to sneak past my friends too, Jack.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't want them to see y'all fucking hanging around me.
Right. It would be so embarrassing for us.
Just shut up, all right? Talking too fucking loud. You're gonna shake the whole goddamn bleachers.
Right.
Trying to fall through any floorboards again.
No
Willy.
promises.
As you approach the wood, you would recognize the jacket that your brother, Benjamin, likes to wear on Benjamin. It's not just like hanging out. Like you recognize Benjamin from his jacket, standing at the edge of the wood. He's just kind of facing the tree line right at the edge of it, just looking inward. It doesn't appear to be moving. He's just kind of standing there.
Like outward away from us, not in our direction.
Well, no, I mean, you guys are approaching that direction. You guys are walking towards the tree line. Your brother is there, Benjamin, standing facing the trees, looking into the wood. The other 2 boys, Oliver and the other boy that you know that they hang out with, are not present.
Ben.
There's no response.
Yo, Benji!
Gonna walk closer and
Okay.
like go shove to the shoulder, like, hey.
Okay. He kind of lurches forward, and as he straightens himself, you can see that there are just like the cakings of redness and salt trails down the front of his face. His clothes are muddy and scuffed, which could just be from roughhousing with the boys, but their context would say that he's distressed for sure.
What, you pissed yourself, get lost in the woods this time? What happened?
No.
Willy, he looks really scared. Are you okay?
I don't know.
Hey, look at me.
What?
What's going on?
I don't know. They wanted to explore the place. I I didn't like it, but Reggie called me a chicken, and when in any way Oliver went after him, and I stayed outside because I didn't like it, and I waited, and I called for them a little bit, but I saw something in the trees move. It was like a, I don't know, it looked like it was a bear or something. I got scared. I didn't want to, want to, so I ran, because it wasn't going away. But then I got a little ways away. I was running back to the the huts, and then I heard a scream, and I left them there with a bear or whatever, and I didn't mean to, and I can't go back in.
Between that,
And he is out right now. I mean, he's just sobbing at
Right.
this point.
but mouthing to Vic, like, asking like, are there bears in the area?
Would I know that?
Give me an intelligence save. Or a charisma
Oh.
save, I guess
Oh,
it'd be.
okay. I was like,
charisma. I think there's
like
only 3.
specific-
Yeah,
Oh,
Jesus.
Specifically
Yeah, I was like,
this
wait.
area.
no, that is a 15 for my 10, so I do not know that.
You are not sure.
I mean, maybe I've never seen one. I haven't read about it. I don't know.
Hey, you're fine.
What
What place?
Should we call the cops? It sounds
Chuck
like we should
is-
call the cops.
Chuck is looking at the tree line. Ben, is Ollie still in there?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him. I couldn't go back in alone,
Oh my god.
but I didn't know.
Okay,
to-
yep,
Where-
and
where-
she's
where is
booking
the
it
place?
towards the huts.
Okay.
She's
Fucking hell.
full sprint
Oh, here
into
we
the
go.
woods.
So you're gone.
Mhm.
Jack,
He's gonna
Victoria,
find Ollie.
Willy, what are y'all doing?
Fucking hell. There, she's gonna go French kiss a clown again. You two go follow her. I'll get Benji I'll get Benji get the guys back there.
Benji's gonna like, no, you can't. You can't go back. What? That's. Wait. Don't. What happened to you last time? This is. It's not. Willy. Don't go. At least.
Chuck's already
What do you want me to do?
gone.
You can hear Chuck has begun to scream for like Ollie's name. Just Ollie!
Understandable. Make some calls, guys.
Victoria's gonna go. I mean,
Okay, so Victoria's
Chuck's
following.
already
No,
ran in
I'm not
there.
bringing him. I'm gonna get him to the guys on the field, and they're gonna take him home.
How do you think that explains? We can't.
What? You go and
Willy,
make sure that Chuck doesn't die. Okay?
Not again.
Get eaten by a bear or whatever the fuck. Yeah, not again. I agree.
All right.
Then like a look like and look at.
Ben's not really in a place to make a decision about it, so if Jack's ushering him,
I'm
he's gonna follow.
literally like
Willy-
picking him up.
Okay, so Chuck, you are the first person into the wood. This is, mind you, this is not. Well, this is pretty late fall, and for the location, this means we're getting dark quicker. It is not dusk yet, but we're getting there. Your mama timed it out pretty well so that the boys would be back by dark. Otherwise, they would have been grumpy about it because they want to play that whole time. You reach the huts. Willy, Victoria, you will probably arrive not too long after, but it will take you a minute because you might get a little bit mixed up because Chuck knows the directions. There are 3 of them. They're small. They're like single-person huts, and they've built, much to your chagrin, much of the time. They've built a little fire pit, which they are convinced that they don't use, but you know
I
better.
can see that they
Yeah.
probably are using it a lot. Right.
You also know that the one on the right, as you approach this, the one on the right is the one that your brother had built. Everybody was adamant about building their own, so his has got a little bit of a higher top to it. But
Yeah, she's uh, Ollie, and she's running, like trying to opening the doors, looking in, just
Okay.
desperately calling out for her brother.
Okay. You open one of the doors, and there is nothing in there other than you can see your brother's baseball bat and a ball. There's also like a packet of jerky kind of half in the leaves. But the boys are not there. There are 3 balls of yarn in like basically a Kroger bag, just a plastic bag that's been sitting there. And as you guys arrive, or actually, Chuck, I'll ask this of you first. What do you do? Are you waiting for them to show up?
I think
How brash is Chuck right now?
she's gonna be pretty frantic. I think Ollie is one of the few things that she like. She loves her little brother. He is the moon and stars to her, like coolest thing since sliced bread. So the fact that she thinks that there might be a bear that has eaten him, she's going to be pretty. It's going to be very difficult to get her to not just start scouring the woods for him. I do think too, as going in the hut and seeing like a baseball bat or something, she would have grabbed that in the off chance that like she's got to beat the shit out of a bear to save her kid brother, because she would do it.
Okay, so you now have a baseball bat. You can add that to your items. That is I believe that's a D6 damage.
Awesome.
For the rolls for that. Willy, Victoria, you will arrive shortly thereafter. Jack, you were returning to the football field.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like lead him on and like approach my 3 teammates. Like
So you're looking at Charlie, Nick, and Matthew. Nick and Charlie are both linemen. Matthew is the running back for the whole thing. He typically, as much as the quarterback is in charge of the team, Matthew is the one who is in charge of the clique.
Right, cool. I'm gonna approach them like, yo, boys, what's up? How's it going?
Fuck you've been.
Dude, I've just been around, making sure I'm ready to come back, full strength, Gotta be ready.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. And Nick is gonna just kind of brace himself as you kind of approach, and is just gonna kind of to go to just knock, because these are big dudes. Like you got a good lineman, like a good defensive team. And then Matthew kind of laughs and takes the football and just straight to the chest.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You were a kicker. Man, it's been so long since you've, hung out with the team. Good to see that arm's better though.
Yeah, I've been talking to coach about getting back in for next season, so be ready.
Well, hey, till you manage to sort all that out, the babysitting job's going good. Although I think you're supposed to bring those with.
Wait.
As he kind of gestures to the boy who's standing on the edge of the field.
Yeah. Okay. So, weird story. I'm watching this kid kind of like really quick, and all right, look. And I kind of like lean in a little bit close, like, it's like this girl out in the woods, dude. I'm trying to it's like a one-time thing. She's out of town kind of shit. I need, like, if you could watch him for like a minute, like a few minutes, like maybe an hour or two, like just till we get back. I mean, like if he wants to go home, if you can give him a lift, like that would be amazing. But again, like I'll split it, dude. I'll split whatever they're gonna pay me. I'll split it with you.
Now you're asking for favors. I thought you owed me one. What's in it for me?
Well, I'll pay you half of whatever I make.
What are you making?
They're shooting me a 5 for the night. Like,
Okay. No. I'm good. I'm not a babysitter.
dude. All right. What do you want? Just like take the kid home. That's all I need.
What do I want?
What can I give you right now to get this kid home?
He smiles a little bit and he looks at you and he goes, "Well, I know you were at the party for homecoming, or you wanted to be. I'm sorry, you didn't even make it to that. 'Cause you were gonna hook up that night, if I recall. That was the goal, and then you spent some time in the hospital, but you still have Hot Victoria's phone number. I want that."
All right, yeah, no, deal. Fuck. What? All right, yeah. Do you have something to write that down on, or I don't have a cast anymore. I'm sorry.
Nick will pop a Sharpie out of his pocket and toss it to you.
All right. God damn it. And I'll like just write it down on something.
The back of like a McDonald's wrapper you've had in your
Yeah,
back
just
pocket.
just
Yeah.
like a receipt or something.
Mhm.
Like yeah, here, take it.
'Kay.
Yeah, best of
I
luck.
got dibs. Don't forget that.
You.
What's the kid's
Yeah.
name, by the way?
Oh, he's my cousin. Benji, Ben, whatever.
Got it. All right. Well, I'll make sure to treat him like family. Hey, Benji! And the two linemen kind of start walking that way, and so does the lineman. He kind of waves the receipt back in the air. He's like, "Yeah, good talking to you."
Yeah, good talk to you guys too. See you later. And I'm gonna start running off
'Kay.
to the woods.
All right. So, Willy, Victoria, back to you three. You both arrive. Willy, you've never been here before. You've heard, I think you've overheard your brother talking about them building it, but he's never approached you with the information. You know, he's never showed it to you, but you've kind of gathered what he's been out here doing. And he's been happy to it, so it's not too big of a deal. But you both arrive at this little campsite as Chuck is withdrawing a baseball bat from one of these huts.
Ollie! Ollie! Fucking, they're not here, guys. They're not here. We gotta go. We gotta find them. Ollie!
I think you might be muted, Dev.
I was. What are these
I was
things
like-
for again?
So,
Mime.
Chuck, would you describe them for me?
Yeah, so we're going to be in a close grove of trees, and there's going to be, the structure is mostly twine. Like, I want you to envision twine nets. They've probably got like actual like hut structures down at the bottom, but up in the trees above, they're going to have different little twine nests with like various things to like climb up in. And you can see like they've started pretty low to the ground. Like you can walk under them, but it's pretty tight, and that they've started to get braver and build them like higher in the trees. And there's one particular spot where it's just a massive net that's like stretched over an opening, and it looks like they're twine huts. It's twine and sticks, and they have a little fire pit. There's probably a couple of random lawn ornaments that like mysteriously disappeared from neighbors' houses that have arrived here, but like harmless little
most
things.
certainly.
You know, like a weird gnome or something. And it looks like kind of like a very Lost Boys type camp.
And so
just-
yeah, like we can obviously tell that they're not in like the
Yeah.
structures upward, right? Okay.
Yeah, because they're just going to be twine stretched between the trees. Proper, just real quick, absolutely this is how twine works. I know because I hung out in twine huts all 4 years of high school. 100% this is how they work.
I was a treehouse guy, so I couldn't describe them.
Twine huts are dope.
Willy, as you are looking around these, specifically you recognize this bag, so it's not up in the twine huts. This kind of grocery bag filled with balls of yarn is something that you and your brother had thought of because he likes to. You've been through like caves, and there are like abandoned mines in the area that you've walked a short length of. Nothing as expeditious as you guys have been recently, but you know from these balls of yarn that this is how they get around and keep from getting lost, is they tie them end to end and then walk them into the woods. And there is around one of the twigs on one of the sides of this one of the trees is the starting end of one of these lengths of yarn.
Mir, can I steal one of the extra balls of yarn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for many things. These, you can, leave for tracking and, finding and stuff, you know, so you don't lose your progress wherever you are. Cave diving, that's shit. It starts here, it moves there, we should move there, but we need Jack first before we move.
I
mean, if
there's
there's a
not
bear.
time.
Jack, make a strength save for me.
Sure thing. That is a 18 for 16.
Okay.
How?
Wait, do you have a -2?
I do have a -2. I will.
Yes.
Okay. So that is a success.
16.
You could, without too much terseness, because he is a kicker, they're wiry, he's got some speed to him. He could make it back without too much difficulty, but in character, that's still your choice to make. You three, I mean, not him. He's just running.
Chuck is frantic. She is not rational at this moment. She wants to find her little brother and make sure he's okay. Ollie, we have to go find him. I can't wait. We've got to find him. If there's a bear out here and he's eaten, oh my God, I have to go find him.
We shouldn't separate, you know. What if last time?
You know, maybe we should just start slowly and quietly anyway, because if the bear sees us, we probably can't help him. So let's just give him like a little bit of time to catch up, but also keep going. I think we should keep going.
Okay.
Yelling with a bear, not cool. We have the starting point. We have
the starting point.
Okay. Do we need to tie up more yarn or anything?
As long as we don't take this down, I think it should be okay.
Yeah, as long as they finished the trail and brought enough yarn with them, that should take you straight there.
Okay.
Okay. So
Chuck is now like looking back to see if Jack's like close, and the second she sees him, she's gonna be like gunning to go.
Okay. So with a successful roll, just barely, I will allow that without too much detriment to Chuck's sanity as well as the rest of the endeavor. You can hear him before you see him just because of the padding of the floor of the forest. But Jack, you eventually manage to catch up. Mostly you personally guided by the voice of these three.
Shit, you guys are fucking shouting. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jack, my brothers might be eaten by a bear. Yeah, I'm fucking shouting.
Wait,
We
he's
gotta
not here?
go. No,
What the
he's
fuck
not
is
here.
this?
We found
He's
a
fucking twine.
trail. Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, this is-
Let's follow the yarn. Let's follow the yarn.
Mhm.
Shit.
Off into the
Chuck
woods you
is
go.
full blown. Yep, on like
Okay.
keeping an eye on the yarn, just kicking through brush and leaves, like trying to move as quickly as possible.
This will give me a charisma save, Chuck.
Man, this is not good, gang. Yeah, that's a 14 beating my 6 by just a whole bunch. She's not cool.
Oh no.
So, for the sake of your next, the first round of combat for
Mhm.
whatever next combat may come up. You are now considered impaired. We can get to
Okay.
that when we get to it, but you are not thinking clearly because what is happening is this yarn, as much as you know it's getting you to where you need to go, is also slowing you down because they only tied the back end. So you're actually pulling it up through the brush to even figure out
Gotcha.
where it is. And
Okay.
the process of
Don't-
following it is too long.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
We have to touch it. We have to find them. We can't
We
find
can
them
look
under
at
all
it,
this
but do not
fucking
touch
shit.
it, 'cause if you pull it, then it disrupts the path, and we don't know where they last would have been.
They tied it off. We have to. I can't. I have to. I have
Then
to
don't
fucking
pull on
touch
it.
it, Willy.
If
Oh
you
my
wanna find him,
god.
then don't pull on it.
Oh. And she's just gonna keep going.
Victoria, roll me a d6.
Oh boy. That's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay. So, you guys come into a portion of the wood that this passes through a clearing. This clearing itself that is passed through is objectively very pretty. You can see the last bits of red and purple from the top of the sky, and as you enter the space, since let me get no, actually, Victoria, you would notice it first. There is one at least visible, but in the brush floor of this, you actually notice an old small game trap, like a bear trap, but they're not that big. They just
Okay. There are people putting traps out here. Do you see that?
The fuck? Are you serious?
Look.
Oh my god, what if he fell in a trap? Oh my god. Oh my god. And she's continuing to push
okay.
forward.
Chuck, make a dex save.
Hell yeah, that's a 5 for my 16.
Sounds good. So you progress forward. Jack and Willy, go ahead and make me some dex saves.
That's a 3 for 12.
Okay. What'd you get, Willy? Are you muted
7
again?
for 14.
7 for 14? Okay. Very good. As you all pass through this successfully, then, you notice that there are not one, but there were 3 different traps, just kind of spread throughout, all set. Doesn't look like the boys stepped on them either, but there are at least a couple. Progressing forward, Jack, roll me a d6.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. So, you guys move through the wood. The twine itself, much in the same way that a 14-year-old boy would trace a path, is back and forth through trees. It is not a straight line by any means. It goes a good number of directions. So, had you not had this twine, you are functionally understanding that you will be lost. And you pass by a point, Jack, I would like you to make another dex save.
Good. 15 for 12.
Okay. So, Chuck, out of sheer luck, you manage to step past as Jack steps just behind you, being the quickest to catch up, and you pull a snare with the edge of your foot, and very much in any other movie format, you are grabbed by the ankle,
What the fuck?
cinched tight, and upturned about 3 feet off of the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Jack.
The fuck?
Probably more concerning is that as you are pulled up off the ground, this is a more complicated trap than you would... I love it. Thank you. That makes me very happy. So, you are upturned off of the ground, and this trap is far more complex than you were originally anticipating, as the two of you behind him have to stop and hesitate as basically punji sticks, a dozen and a half of them, extend themselves from the base of the forest floor about 9 to 13 inches apiece underneath Jack.
Fuck is
Oh
that?
shit.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That
Oh.
Okay.
is serious.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. Someone.
Wait,
Oh
are
my
you-
god. Someone help me. Someone help me here.
As someone who doesn't understand hunting to a degree, are you saying after he got lifted up, underneath him, little like
There.
spikes?
Yeah, pretty
sprung up?
much.
Yep.
Help.
Okay, fuck. Okay. Do the spikes look like I could like break them? Like how sturdy do they look, and how many of them are there?
They are there. I mean, there's probably a dozen of them. They are made out of wood. I mean, they are sharpened twigs for all intents and purposes. They look to be barbed. If you've ever seen, because you live in Utah, actually, if you've ever seen, like, oh, I can't remember what it's called. Colloquially, it's called the Devil's Tree. But
Yep.
big fucking thorns. That's what those are.
Yep. Shit. Okay. Fuck. Is it like a mat? Is it something Chuck would try to go over and like move it or them? Can't you just like do a pull up or
What?
something?
Look, what? I got a fucking pocket knife in here, but what? I'm gonna fall onto the fucking
Well,
spikes.
no, can you
Like,
climb
what the hell?
into the tree?
Sure, yeah. All right. I'll start trying to like, reach to his
Upturn
leg. And,
yourself.
yeah.
Give me a strength save.
Okay. That is a 15 for 16.
Okay. Takes you a second, but you do manage it. And start to upturn yourself and try to climb inversely up this rope that's got your ankle. Chuck, you're still... Or Chuck, Victoria, and Willy, really. You've all got decisions to make.
Trying to look at the barbs to see if like
Is
are they
there
just
any
embedded
way
in the
to
ground
disarm?
Yeah.
or move?
Yeah, so they appear to be... it's quite a clever kind of thing that they've got. It is 3 sets, sorry, of alternating ropes. That much of the way like a sail is held up straight is the way that these were pulled taut. It's like a series of like pulleyed ropes that as this tightened, so did the things that pulled all of these spikes taut underneath them.
So if we could find a rope and cut it, it would lower them.
Yeah, I mean if you could find the right rope without dropping Jack on him.
Right.
Oh.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Jack, you said you have a pocket knife?
Yeah, I can
also
cut
have
myself
one.
free, but I'm gonna like fall if I do that.
Well, like grab the tree.
Oh, grab that. Do we look like a fucking squirrel?
Yes. You asked. Vic, you said you had a knife?
Yeah.
Okay, Jack, just hold on to the tree while we cut this. Just don't let go.
Kind of like looks at his wrist that's out of the cast, like, don't fuck me on this now, and will like
Okay.
try full spread around the tree.
You are going to have to swing to get to the base of this tree because the way that you are pulled is not close enough. So you can attempt that. I would need a dex check or save.
Okay. That's going to be an 18 for 12. That die is going.
Okay, so you
Fuck.
swing,
Dice jail.
you reach, you grab a branch with your bad wrist, and as the rope pulls taut opposite you, it is still uncomfortable, pops a little bit, and you let go, and it flips you. You kind of bounce at the end of the rope upside down again, and you can hear the rope above you just weaken a little bit.
Fuck.
Don't like that. Don't
Fuck.
like that. Don't like
Jesus
that.
Christ. Oh, God. Willy, any
He-
ideas?
okay, he's 3 feet up above the air, so technically, where we are, we could have him cut himself, and we could all just wait under him and pull him out. Like we can hold his arms and pull him at an angle with potential energy, force, all that crap, and essentially cut it off, hold him at an angle, so that way he would fall this way. You know what I mean?
What do you need us
It's
to do in English?
Stuff.
Physics, geometry.
Willy,
I don't
you
know.
know
Do you
that
think
I've
we
been
can? We
sloughing
have
geometry.
the timing for that. Do you think we could
okay.
catch him in the
Logs,
nick of
okay.
time?
He would have to fold up to cut himself. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I can
could-
fold up and cut myself. I don't want to fall onto
Fall into the
spikes.
spike.
But I don't think we'd all be strong enough to. Maybe we would be able to catch him underneath. All three of us.
God.
I don't know if we should risk that. Is there any way that we can figure out which of these ropes is the one to cut?
Do the devil? Do the
This
devil
is a
horn
general
things,
question.
Do the
also.
devil horn things?
Give
do
me
they
just
move?
a sec.
Like,
The Willy, finish your question.
do the devil thorn things move at all? Are they stuck in place?
At this point, they've kind of stopped bobbing back and forth because the tension that rubber banded them up straight is just now holding them straight. It's entirely the ropes. Chuck, Victoria, you said you are looking for the proper rope to be able to cut. I would like a charisma save from the both of you
Okay.
to take a look.
My highest
Why
stat,
did I
a
offer to
10.
help?
Actually, wait. I would. I don't know if this helps you, but I would ask because it's the ropes. You guys mentioned the ropes. The connections. Jack, can you wiggle up and down a little bit so that way you guys can maybe catch where the
Dude, if I
Oh, with the
wiggle, this
movement
shit's gonna
stuff.
snap.
That's fair. That's okay.
one
Come on, D20,
one slight little up
That's
and
a
down
3.
Okay. All right.
I got a
he'll-
6
he'll,
and I
like,
have 6, so I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Here we
Success.
go.
He'll jiggle the rope a little bit.
Okay. So I will allow this to be done simultaneously because Willy's still convinced Jack to jiggle the rope. Jack, give me a luck check.
Okay.
Garrett.
That is a 2.
Okay, so you both walk this way, or kind of separate from each other and start following these ropes around kind of where they are pulleyed. Willy starts to convince Jack to assist by kind of bouncing the rope a little bit. And as Jack begins to bob just a little bit, as you are both looking for this, for the cable, the rope snaps. But not before Chuck, with Victoria's knife, at the same moment, a couple trees down the way, finds the one that she's pretty convinced is the proper one and cuts the cable at the same time, saving Jack from being heinously impaled. Because
You're
that was-
welcome. I knew
Oh
it.
my god.
Christ.
Oh God. Okay.
I
Yep.
didn't
He's
even-
down. Okay.
Not
great.
dead.
Cool.
I'm
Cool.
not dead.
Yep. Yep. Here, Bick. Here's your knife back. Thanks. Okay. Get up. We have to find my brother. Get up. Get
okay.
up.
Yeah,
Maybe
thank you.
Let's
I'm doing
keep an eye
great.
out this time. Maybe.
Yeah. Probably should. You hear that, Jack? Okay. Let's go. We gotta find him.
Okay.
We have to find him.
Traveling forward. You continue on. Chuck, it's your turn to roll a d6.
Oh no. Fear. 3.
3. Okay.
Mhm.
So, you guys progress on a little ways further. This is taking longer than you want it to. This is wherever they went to. You've gone through 3 or 4. You lost count because the color doubled up on itself. 3 or 4 full balls of yarn at this point.
Jesus Christ, Ollie.
And this undoubtedly was their deepest expedition they've had. A couple Snickers wrappers along the way. And you reach a point where there is 3. It stops, and you lose the yarn into the brush. Like there's too much pine on the ground, and as you start to tug and try to follow it, you end up having to just kind of scrape and pull the pine aside. Strangely, there are 3 different lines, all taut, pulling different directions.
Oh my God.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Oh my God.
Possible.
We just have to pick one, right? We just have to pick one?
I mean, that's a good start.
Yeah.
I mean, is
Um,
there a favorite color we might be able to pick or
do
something?
do any of them, like, when you like like pull on them, do any of them feel tighter than the other to, I guess, approximate distance, or they're all pretty like weak?
One of them does. One of them is particularly taut. It feels like whatever it is linked to is close. It is not a long length, and it is tight. The other two, you're having a hard time distinguishing between them.
This
Those
one
two.
right here is the closest to its destination. This one's a shorter distance. The other two are. It could go on for some time.
Those are probably the ones that aren't finished.
So
But
I think Vic asked an excellent question. Chuck would be looking to see if any of these yarn were Ollie's favorite color, purple.
Okay. Sure. Give me a charisma save.
No! Are you sure it's not dead?
Me.
Hex.
7 for 6.
Okay.
So no. Wah, wah.
So, no. In fact, it's more concerning. You're pulling all three of these up. All of them are. Not only are they all purple, but they are also all the proper shade of purple.
Ollie, I'm gonna. Oh, Ollie, I'm gonna.
Pick one. Now we go there. We come back.
The closest one then.
Great. Good call.
Okay. So you head towards the one that Willy has found to be the tightest line. Willy, you made the decision, or you found the rope. Give me a d6.
2.
2. Okay. So you follow that line, what it is connected to, underneath the kind of top-rooted tree, kind of wedged underneath the tree is a chest, or not a chest, but like an old crate with the like thick hempen handles on either side. It sits about this big, and it is tightly packed into the side of the base of this tree.
Help me get this
The
out.
hell?
Let's see what this is.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. Which one of you has a better strength score? Or-
That's me.
Between Willy and Chuck, because
Oh.
they determined
I
that
have
they were doing so.
11.
I have an 11 too.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you initiated it then. Willy, give me a strength check.
No, 13 for 11.
Do you have
You-
any pluses or minuses?
I
Cole
don't
gave you a
know.
minus.
Oh,
Cole-
he did.
Used
I didn't catch it. So
Cole
I
did
haven't-
give you a minus, so
It
you
was a
can use
minus.
that to succeed if you would prefer.
Please.
Okay, so you pull this small box out of the base of this tree and take some heaving, but you manage to get it out and kind of dust it off and pry it open. Inside looks to be the collections of a very macabre hunter. There is another small animal trap in there, set, folded in half. There is also a hunting knife and the severed heads of 4 or 5 various birds.
That's not fun. Anybody need a knife?
And kind of
I mean,
illegal.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Wait, need a knife?
There's dead birds and a knife in here.
Oh my
Anybody want-
god.
What the fuck?
Hunting, I guess. A knife is a knife. I mean, they won't know. Anybody need a knife?
I
Hold
mean,
on
if
to
you-
it.
Yeah, maybe
Look,
hold
you
on
got-
to it. If you're asking, I'll take
Okay.
it. But
You grab the knife and pull it from the box. I need you to make a dexterity save for me.
Scream, scream, scream.
11 for 14.
Okay. The back handle of the wood of the handle of the knife catches you and pricks you, and you kind of half drop it, and part of the wood is splintered out to a significant degree, but you can either bind it or just pry that broken piece of handle off so that it is not a danger to you.
I got
You can
blade.
you can still, well, no, you can still functionally use the knife. It was just whether or not I was gonna put a splinter through your hand.
Ooh.
So you have a knife. They are all knives, for everybody's recognition here, are all D4s damage.
It's just in order to use it to avoid harm, have to wrap it.
Or take the splinter off. Feasibly, you succeeded on the trap, quote unquote, save. You're good from this point. Like,
Oh,
I
I'll
don't-
take out the splinter.
yeah, I don't care past that point. It just didn't do you any harm.
Cool. I'm gonna take out my lighter, kind of look. This is. You said it was illegal to kill birds?
I mean, certain birds, there's a whole act about it, but don't worry about that. This doesn't give me a good feeling.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Mm.
There's traps and now a
There's
creepy
traps. And,
death box?
Back your
Are you
direction.
fucking kidding me?
Back your direction, you can hear branches snap.
What is that?
Chuck turns and like raises the bat.
You don't see anything.
What the fuck? Is this seriously happening to us again? Is this seriously fucking happening again?
There's another fucking book, I swear to God. Just gotta.
lava gun this time.
Sweet
Ollie?
baby.
Is that
Oh,
you?
Ollie?
Let's go back. I have my lighter out. Let's just move forward. It's getting pretty dark.
It is getting pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
You are following these threads and threads alone. You make it back to the center of these woods, not before one of you potentially maybe catches sight of something in the distance. Just big. It's the only real thing to describe it as. But it's there for only a moment.
Who saw it? It wouldn't be me. I'm losing my shit.
No, actually, it probably would have been you.
Oh fuck, because I'm losing my shit.
Yep.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck was?
is
Did you
what?
see that?
What?
I don't know. It was massive. It was huge. I don't.
Shut up. I get weird about that kind of stuff. I don't want to get scared. Just, I'm sure it was nothing.
Willy.
Be quiet.
She's gonna
Sorry.
just keep
I don't-
moving forward, keeping it like looking in the trees where she saw the thing, but now doubly panicked because
Okay.
she's convinced she saw Sasquatch.
Fair
Am I
enough.
supposed
You
to be
have
fucking loud for bears or some shit.
2 threads to follow.
What's the one on the far right? Is that the one? have
That's
we
the one
gone
you
that
followed. That was the short one.
Okay.
So you have
Okay.
one heading straight forward, and you've got one that veers to the left.
Ollie. I guess just the one that's straight, right?
Okay.
We'll work our way over. What do you think?
I mean, I think that's
I'm
as good as either one.
I'm freaking out, guys. We gotta find him. If something happens to Ollie, I will never be okay again. We have to find him.
So, you heading straight then?
Oh, I'm getting an inkling on the left.
What
But
fucking
if-
inkling? Are you pulling tarot cards now?
I mean,
That's
I
that's
have
that's
them.
that's
I
Vic's.
don't know what's been up with you lately, but you have a snarky remark for every single fucking thing. This is not the time for it. I just have a feeling. It's a gut feeling. I'm over it. Left or the middle.
What'd you
Obviously,
pull, Victoria?
it seems like the...
Oh, you want me to pull a card? Okay, I'll pull a card. That it. I pulled the Hanged Man again.
Okay, good. So, Willy and
I
Jack.
cannot believe.
Willy, you make a joke about tarot. Or, no, Jack. Was it Jack that made the joke about tarot?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so Jack makes a joke about tarot. Willy's bickering at Jack. Victoria, you kind of fiddle with it and pull a card out just in passing, just to see what you draw. And you draw the Hanged Man. And for, well, actually, I would like a charisma save from you, Victoria.
Oh boy.
You're actually drawing, right?
I actually, yeah,
She
I
actually
cut the
drew.
deck in half, took
this
the
is getting
top
too
thing.
this is getting too meta
I
because
took the top card on that cut in half and got the Hanged Man. It was
No,
in the
because-
middle of my deck.
this happened last time and we drew cards that were too similar. This is getting too weird. It's
I
getting
might
too...
be psychic, guys. Sir Heckalot might be psychic. Okay. Come on, D20.
Oh, like...
4 for my 10. Here we go.
4 for your 10. A number of things that could have just happened do not happen, but what does happen, you perceivably, as these two are bickering, things just go quiet for a sec. Just to you, Victoria, you stare at this card. It is not a good feeling, by any means. There is a sense of dread to the card, though inherently the Hanged Man is not a bad card. But in the context of the twine that is, or the yarn that is laid out, you look up from that card, and one of the strings catches just a glint of light from Willy's lighter, and you can see that piece of yarn travel back as if it were the only thing in your vision at that moment. And then you return to kind of this non-selective state, and you get back to Jack and Willy bickering and Chuck losing her shit, and everything is kind of as it was.
So which of the two was it again? Sorry.
The one that you were visualizing was the one on the left.
Okay. You know, I think I kind of had the same feeling, and you just kind of raised up the card, I guess. And yeah, it's like I think we should go with Willy's choice too.
You see, sorry, I'm sorry. When I get the heebie-jeebies, I get the heebie-jeebies, and with Chuck and everything going on, it
Dude,
gets
you're
weird.
always getting the heebie-jeebies, though.
Chuck, I'd like you to remove 1 charisma off of your permanent score.
Fuck.
Like, maybe if you stop.
We don't have a lot of
she's
time. I
gonna-
think we should
Troll.
just go for
Yep,
it.
she's moving like in unable to keep any level of composure. She's gonna start following that one to the left based on what Willy and
Okay.
Vic said.
Okay, so you follow to the left.
Oh, and now Chuck's just fucking walking off again. All right, cool.
I'm sorry,
everybody-
Jack, but when your little brother's missing, how about you don't fucking freak out?
I'll let you know when I have one.
Ugh.
Chuck, give me another d6.
It's a 5.
All right. So, you follow this strand of yarn. It progresses forward. This one feels promising. It goes a little ways. Definitely far enough that you would have to backtrack a little bit in order to get back to the crossroads. And the trees sparse a little bit here. The moon is pretty clear right now, actually, in this. You realize now, at least. And you do get a little bit of light. But the light that you get is not pleasant, because hanging from the trees are little wicker people.
Oh my god, what the
In the branches.
fuck?
All of which hanging by hanging and corded by the backs of their necks. No larger than 6 inches tall, each of them, but dozens of them all over, and they increase in density as you progress down this yarn line.
And make this shit up, folks.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know, but if
Guys,
I
Freaking
don't
me
know
out a little
where's
bit.
and she's just gonna keep moving.
You keep moving. Everybody keeps moving. In the distance, forward, and to your left, you can hear more branches break. But you also see light. Not a natural light, or not unfamiliar light either. It looks like, at a distance, at least, and the way that it is moving, it looks like a flashlight.
Ollie? Ollie, is that you?
Oh,
How loud, Jack, are you going to get to?
Chuck, you mean?
Yeah,
Loud
Chuck.
enough, like that whatever has the light, like
'Kay.
trying to get it at
Can
this
clearly
point.
hear her.
Yeah,
'Kay.
she doesn't. She's looking for Ollie.
The flashlight turns towards the voice and progresses forward, intercepting your path along this trail of tree men. And as you can hear the branches break, it appears to be, it sounds like 2 sets of footsteps, one heavier than the other. And it gets closer, and it gets closer, and then you hear, What is it? What are you doing out here? Who? Why the fuck are we all in the woods right now? Jack, you recognize that voice.
what? Wait. Who the fuck is that?
It's your brother, Jack.
JT?
Jack,
JT, what the fuck are you doing in here?
looking for you. What the fuck are you all doing out here?
What?
We're looking for Ollie. Have you seen him?
No. In fact, I guess we were the second search party, but we were searching for you. You guys have been out here a while. And at this point, you guys have closed the gap. You can see, clear as day, this is indeed your brother, Jack. And standing next to him is Ben, who has led him back in.
weren't you supposed to go home?
Well, I was going to, and then, I don't know, God damn it, my brain just blanked.
I got names, I got
JT?
notes.
Yeah, it's not JT. What, Justin? Is it Justin?
Justin, yeah, Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
is-
So Justin will kind of pipe in at that point to intercept the kid, and he goes, "No, it's fine. I was gonna come see what the hell you were all up to over at Willy's place, and then they said that you went out of the football field. So I was like, all right, I'll come play, and then kid. So now we're finding you. Good thing I have a fucking flashlight in the car.
Yeah, that's probably fucking smart to have a flashlight.
The merrier, I guess.
Ben, do you know which one of these which way Ollie went or would have gone? We've been looking all over, and we followed the yarn, but we can't find him. And there's traps. Did you guys build fucking traps?
No, we didn't build traps. We didn't see any traps. What do you mean?
Everywhere.
fucking
No, I
rope and
We got
sticks.
that
we-
from a
no, we didn't
crate,
see
and I
anything.
like point to the knife that Willy has right now.
And he looks at the knife, does not recognize it, and he goes, "No, we made one trail and we walked it all the way into the woods, and then I followed the trail back out. It was easy. Like we didn't go anywhere else."
There were 3.
From the starting point,
What do you
was it
mean?
left, right, or forward?
There was no left. You followed the trail, Willy. You made the thing. You taught me how to do this. You only
And
make
when-
one trail. That was the rule.
I understand. In this case, there's 3. So when you started, did you go left, right, or forward?
When? We just walked and we unrolled the ball as we went. I don't know the answer to what you're
like
asking.
This. It sounds like someone's trying to throw us off.
Shit. Someone has extra twine. What the fuck
You want to
is
explain what the
happening?
hell's going
all-
on?
It's all too smart.
Jack, what is happening?
We're out here trying to find Chuck's brother, and this twine going in places, and wicker men and traps. I was suspended from a goddamn tree like a war movie bullshit. Spikes and bear traps, and found a knife, and it's insane. I don't know if you heard what happened last time we were all out, but I don't know what's happening.
So Justin looks at you and he kind of half smiles. And Justin is older than the lot of you, and he's in college, so he's returned home, and he looks at you, Jack, and he kind of smiles, and he, not painfully, but just kind of like shoulder boxes, your arm, and he goes, "Yeah, and a month ago you survived whatever the hell happened, and apparently you just survived Vietnam. Let's fucking go." And he turns and he starts walking, and the kid starts walking. And the kid has picked up, or Ben has picked up this yarn string and continues following it. He seems entirely unconcerned, and maybe it's just height, or maybe it's his attention span towards what they were looking at, but has not seemed to notice all of the little wicker things above him as they are walking.
No time. We're just gonna go.
Ben, kind of hard to miss.
What do you mean?
Pointing to the.
And he stops and he looks and he goes, "How did we not notice those before?" Huh.
Oh shit.
Well, I mean, we could. Does it mean something? Or it's just we were just.
Let's hope it doesn't. Let's move forward.
Hope it means nothing. Just keep going.
Okay.
All right, yeah, no, we're going. We got this. Let's
Okay.
do this.
So you got a good old school twist top mag light leading your way, and you all progress deeper into the wood following this trail. Eventually, you all reach a clearing, a large clearing, and what stands in the center of this clearing is a house, or I guess maybe not a house, but a cabin. It looks to be an old hunter's cabin. A very long, it's got a shallow sloped roof that moves all the way down forward, and then posts holding it up, creating a whole, God, my words are escaping me, but yeah, covered front of the building. Single door going in. You can see 2 windows on the front of the building at least. Old panes of glass. Like this is not a modern, or at least homemade, well-made but homemade or very vintage hunter's cabin. Hanging from the porch awning. There we go. Hanging from the porch awning are a number of gutted, skinned rabbits on the left side, left to drain. There is a chest out front of it. Another box similar to the one that you found, Willy, but larger, just sitting next to the door. And then stacks of wood. But there is no light, there is no sound, and the 5 of you stand facing this cabin in this clearing, which is where we are going to go to intermission.
Fuck.
Ah!
So, we're going to take a quick 5 to 7, everybody, and then
Okay.
we will be back. Let these guys decompress a little bit, and we'll go from there. All right, we'll see you we'll see. Thank you for letting us relax. Realistically, thank you for letting me down an entire plate of pasta because I forgot to eat right before and was running late. So that's the real reason we went on intermission. No, so where we left off, these guys are all staring down a cabin. Jack's brother Justin has joined them, as well as Willy's younger brother Benjamin has also come with. They have a flashlight now, which is good, but what they are staring at in the light of this flashlight is horrible. All of the signs that they have seen up to this point line up with the visuals of this house or cabin in the woods that they now are facing down. 2 windows in front, a single door, awning covered in the carcasses of small animals that are currently drying and draining, a fire pit on the front, wood stacked to the side of the building, but that's all you can see so far. The light of the moon shines down into the space, so you do actually have some light, but the flashlight definitely helps.
Vic, you skinned rabbits before on the ranch, right? On the farm.
I mean, a couple times, but not a lot.
Would you know if you go up to them if they've been recently skinned, if that's recent or more later?
I mean, I could, maybe not from here, and I'm a little scared to go close to that.
Ben will actually respond to that too, and he goes, I mean, I can tell you they're recent. We didn't see those when I was here last.
What do you mean when you were here last?
This is the place that we got to. This is where I ran from. They wanted to go explore it, so...
Okay.
I didn't like it, so I stayed outside.
Chuck's
I
gonna
understand
move,
why.
brandishing, like getting the bat ready. She's gonna move up on the porch and try to look in the windows.
Okay.
Trying to move like quietly, but again, there's her own personal safety is not a priority for her right now.
Okay. Justin's. Oh no, go ahead, Willy.
The hunter's trap, the bear things. This. I don't know about you all, but it's a little too parallel for comfort. I don't like this. I mean, nobody hunts out here. This isn't a thing, right? This isn't a
Not
thing.
a thing. At least not that I knew about.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. You got, I'll lay up in the house. What do you want?
I mean, I say we go like a perimeter check before we even think about going in.
Chuck, give me a luck check.
Oh hell yeah, that's a 1.
Very nice. You can see not a thing.
There's like it's too dark.
It is dark, but the inside and kind of part of the outsides and things, you notice as you get close to this building, it is old as fuck. Like, the panes of the windows, the wood that it is inset in, is molded and rotted, and the panes themselves have, like, never been cleaned. It's just dirt. To such that, like, it's old enough you would have to, like, take a knife and scrape down the window to even see on your side.
Yeah, she's just gonna move along, this front porch and like look back and say, I can't see inside. I don't know if he's in there.
Yo, JT, can we use your light to poke through the windows or something? Like,
I mean, we can just go in if that's. What, Jack? Like,
no, you're right. But like, just with everything, just all the traps and like ropes and shit, like
Decapitated birds.
Perimeter check.
That.
Inside, that didn't go well.
okay, Willy, are you going around the outside or?
I'm not going alone. Anybody want to come with?
Chuck will launch off like the porch, like she'll turn and run. Let's go, Willy. Let's hurry. We gotta find him.
Okay.
Hey, I guess we're doing that.
Yeah,
So-
let's circle around 2 groups, I guess. Cool.
Okay. So, Willy, Chuck, you guys head around the side of the house where the first wall, like the actual side wall of the house, has just stacks of logs. You can see as you kind of round this that a lot of those logs probably came from this clearing. The wood is old as well. This is not freshly cut. The house was abandoned when it was still usable. There are no windows on this side. As you round around the other side, Victoria, Jack, you guys with JT, Willy kind of kicking at, or sorry, Ben kind of kicking at Willy's heels, JT following Jack and Victoria. You guys go around the other side. The right side, which you guys are on, also has no windows. There is an anvil, kind of, it's laid on its side, kind of toppled over and overgrown. But as you both round and you get to the back of the house, there is cellar doors. It's not cellar doors. It looks like the visual of cellar doors, but it's just got the one latch and it pulls open this way. Also overgrown, looks relatively unused as of recent. But it's all intact.
The only sign of living here are those rabbits.
Yeah, and those are real welcome. I mean, they're in here. We have to get in here. So,
I mean, this might be a good way to go.
JT's like, nah, nobody's been in the cellar. We go through the front door. It's the only way in that we know that is actually not covered in shit.
right. Okay.
Right? Am I wrong? Like, we
No,
can go
no.
down if you want to cut it all away. I just don't know what's going to be down there. It doesn't look like anybody's been in it. Unless there's like I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what root cellars, like if there's another entrance from inside. Look, I got the flashlight. You guys make a decision.
We should meet up and get the whole group together here, because I mean, Willy's got the knife, so if we're going down through here, I guess like Chuck's got the bat. That's useful. All right, let's go meet up. Let's go.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
you guys are meeted. You
Yeah.
guys
Oh, okay, yeah,
basically
yeah.
converged at this cellar
Okay,
door.
cool. Okay, I
Oh,
didn't know if
okay.
we
Oh, okay.
made it there yet.
I
was
apologize.
like,
No, so this
all
is
good.
this is as you guys all reach the cellar in the back, or the doors to that. That was this conversation.
Gotcha. Well, if there's stuff covering the door, he must have gone in the front.
Ben
I'm
confirms.
thinking.
All right. Do we go in the front? Because I mean,
Find
You know,
him.
we also know that potentially different entrances lead to different exits.
Oh, yeah.
Justin's gonna look at you, Willy, and be like, I get that it's been a long time since I've been around you, but you are still like cryptic as fuck. Talk straight, dude.
Yeah.
Are we in or out?
we're going in the house. It's a thing.
Oh, wait, fuck. Then
Just-
Chuck's just gonna start moving to the front door.
Okay.
Yo, Chucky Robinson, slow the fuck down.
JT's actually
5
gonna follow
seconds.
Chuck.
Oh, fuck.
He recognizes that, or at least he feels like he's got that kind of urgency in his heel that like somebody is in trouble. He's actually taking Chuck's side here. Okay.
I follow JT.
Okay. Everybody else following suit, or Victoria, Willy, and Ben doing something else?
I think we should all stay together.
I stay
We'll go.
only for a pause, because hearing that she was so willing to go to the front door, like the front door specifically, reminds Willy of the house from the first adventure, and strikes a nerve almost to where he sheds like a tear while staring at her walk forward. He doesn't know like quite sure it's out of frustration, out of fear, anger, conglomeration of all of them and just steps forward because we can't split up. We
In
can't.
in that moment that you hesitate and put yourself at the back of the pack, in the moonlight, you can see presumably the same thing that Ben saw. It is large, and it is looming, and it is humanoid, or at least standing on its hind legs, at the tree line of this clearing, just watching. From your perspective, since you are in the middle of these flashbacks already, whatever this is more imposing than the slasher that you guys had come across, size-wise. Chuck,
Yes.
you arrive at the door first. The door
Uh,
is
mhm.
unlocked. In fact, it doesn't really have a latch. It is swung closed, but it is not latched. You can just kind of push, and it swings.
She'll push it open, and like call out into the house. Ollie, are you in here?
As JT kind of inverts his light and shines it over your shoulder.
She'll shoot a glance back at Jack and Vic, and you'll see that her eyes are she's tearing up. Like the franticness of everything is just reaching peak, and she'll step into the house.
Okay. I need you to make another charisma save for me, Chuck.
I'm gonna fail it, fam.
I believe.
It's a 13 for my 5.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm so scared.
You walk into the house. The front of the house is bare. There is a hallway leading central to the space, straight back. It is a single floor cabin, low ceiling. There is looks like a cook stove and a rocking chair, and it is snapped from age and has actually kind of flipped off of its space and landed on the floor from where the pegs were, but there was an old recurve bow that sat above the hallway. There is arrows from said recurve bow still sitting in a quiver on the side of the hallway door. And the rest of it is pretty barren in this first space. There's not a lot. There is some stacked logs, but this first area is pretty plain.
She's gonna try to move into the next
Okay.
room. Back kind of raised, like ready to recalling the events of the last, adventure.
Okay.
But pushing forward, trying to find Ollie.
Point
Okay.
of interest.
Yes.
Did the front door make any noise when entered?
Not really. A little bit, but not much.
Gonna be in the last. Gonna close it. Walking backwards when entering, trying to see if I can still spot the entity.
You do. Much to your chagrin, too, if that is what you are paying attention to, you watch the entity follow you in a perfect arc. As you round the house, so does it. But for context here, the size of this clearing means that in order for the center of the record and the outside of the record to move at the same speed, the outside of that record is moving pretty damn fast.
Closing. Is there a window in the front that I could quickly move to see if I still catch it?
Nope. Much as I described to Chuck, these windows are mudded over, basically.
Guys. Ben, you saw something, right?
Yeah, it was out there. It was just standing there. I don't know.
I saw it too. It's out there. There's something.
Shit.
And
Not again.
at that point, like, Ben is Ben has immediately receded further back into this first room, and is basically kind of back to the wall, almost hyperventilating. Like, you can see that knowing that it is out there now again is like, great, this is where we die. And he's like kind of pressed up against the back wall right next to the hallway that Chuck is in the process of traveling down, unless you've stopped for the folks. But
I think she might have hesitated as like hearing people, but again, like as it grows darker and things start to get more and more like parallel with what they experienced, her fear is that the thing that happened to her is happening to Ollie. So finding him and getting him out is all she cares about.
Okay. Sounds good. So,
If no one else is, Vic is going to take that bow.
Yes.
okay. So, you will need something to restring it with.
Oh boy.
The wood is still good, but the
Okay.
drawstring is gone from age. But yes, you can take the bow. At least you have essentially a smacking stick.
I mean,
A really
I have
bendy
branch.
Really bendy
Anyway.
branch, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
wow.
branch. No.
All right.
Oh god.
So, Ben's not going any further. Willy, you can make this decision, and we can leave this to a choose-your-own-adventure kind of thing. You can choose to leave him here, set him down in a chair, try to calm him and progress at the back of the group, or you can try to stick around with him.
As the party's slowly moving around, I'll go to him in the corner and say, "There's a reason it didn't go to you before.
This is
You're strong.
the dankest dungeon.
It didn't go to you now because you're strong. We're together. We're in a big group. If it wanted us, it would have come a long time ago. We'll be okay."
Okay.
And if he's gonna be in the corner of the room, I'll position myself closer to the hallway, but still like with a foot in that room, foot in the hallway, and say, "Ben's not gonna move any further. I say we cover more ground, but try to stay within distance of each other. But don't let each other out of your sights. But let's try to all be near each other without being clustered."
Okay. So Ben stays in the seat. We have a good table.
We do.
Very good.
Thank you. Hey, thanks, Jack Sucks.
Thanks.
I do appreciate that. Yeah, they are absolutely valid. Okay.
Is that the actual name?
That's the actual name.
This is Jack Sucks.
Bless their hearts and souls.
And make this shit up, folks. Divine intervention if I've ever seen one.
You're not
This
allowed
is
to
very
donate
good.
to your own games.
I
Sarah.
didn't, so it's fine. The people understand. The people know.
Shadow Twitch account.
Okay. I will store what I just rolled for when it is pertinent.
Good.
Alright.
After that exchange, Victoria's going to turn to Willy and ask, "You have more of that twine that I might be able to use for this?" Holds up bow. I don't know if it would work. It's not really the same quality, but
I mean,
The yarn.
yeah.
You kept.
That's all
I
I
mean,
got.
no, that's fair. You kept a ball of yarn. If you would like to try to string the bow with it.
Sure, we'll give it a
mean-
shot.
sure, there might be, given the stuff, maybe, I don't know what you bow with, a wire or other stuff. There might be other stuff around, but if this works here,
Okay, so Victoria, you were out of commission for the next short bit because you're going to be restringing that bow.
Yep.
I would like you to roll 2d6, take the highest, hold that number.
Alrighty.
Chuck, Jack, and JT. You guys are the players still movable on the board right now. Chuck, you have first go. As you travel down this hallway, There are 3 doors. There are 2 on your left, 1 on your right. The hallway is fairly shallow, so you can hear this full conversation in clear detail from the front of the house. The house exterior, it's not big on the inside either. But there are three rooms.
Whatever door is the the
'Kay.
soonest,
Sounds
she
good.
would listen at it for a second before opening it.
Okay. No sound.
'Kay.
You open the door. Inside of this space is a this was the bedroom for the hunter. The bed is present. There is an end table-esque space present. Some level of spot to hang articles of clothing. There are also strings of collected bones. You can't do a whole lot with a snake except for make them decorations, and there are full snakes threaded through like popcorn strings, headed along or hung along one wall. You can also find a box of candles.
Okay. She would walk in, check under the bed, like kind of not like right up close to it, but get down to try and see. Like she convinced that Ollie is scared and hiding. Check under the bed. Take a gander around the room, seeing the box of candles. She would try and grab a couple. Like are we talking like dinner candles, like the tall skinny ones?
We're talking like the
tea light candles.
Kind of halfway in between. They're about yay tall.
Okay.
They're the ones you'd put in one of the holders, like as you walk around your house at night. Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna grab a couple of those.
Okay.
Just and kind of tuck them in the inside pocket. Keeping in mind that she probably has a lighter too, but making sure that in case she needs light later if they lose the flashlight or whatever. Okay, they're not in here. They're not in here. We need to move to the next room.
JT is keeping pretty close behind you. Jack, are you passing the 2 of them to check another room, or are you waiting on them?
Yeah, no, I'll pass the 2 of them and check in.
Okay, right or left?
Just the next one. Right.
Right? Okay. You open the door to the right. It appears to be dry storage. There are barrels of these are small barrels, but some grains rotted through. You can actually smell. It's not bad anymore because it's so old, but you can smell kind of the must of just mold. Like they're just mycelium colonies at this point. There's also a spare chair. One of the legs looks like it was broken off of it, so it's there kind of waiting to be repaired. There is a mallet and a couple of iron pins, probably hand forged. A couple different tools, a hand saw hanging from the wall. But yeah, this probably a tool space.
Yeah, he's just gonna be looking around the barrels and like moving them to the side. If he goes by the like the hammer, he's gonna like just grab it off the wall, kind of, because he doesn't have anything in his hands, and he's feeling, he knows the score.
Fair enough. So I'll give that the same as the bat. You're looking at a D6 damage if you're swinging that sucker around.
Branch.
Small heavy branch.
So
yeah, no, I'm just gonna kind of moving the barrels around, being like, Ollie, you in here?
Okay. Jack, you would notice from this space that there is light from beneath the floorboards. It is warm light, firelight of some form. It's faint, and it's not. It doesn't look like it's immediately like I could put my eye down at the floorboards, but there is stuff creaking through.
I kind of poke my head back out of the window. There's something downstairs, like a fire or something.
Where are the stairs? And Chuck's gonna start actively looking.
Are we all within? 2 questions. One, is it a 2-story house or 1 story?
1 story.
So with that, are we within kind of like hearing distance with one another if they speak at that?
Absolutely. Unless Jack is deliberately whispering, you would have heard everything at this point.
I was kind of being quiet just to the immediate group that went into the hallway.
Yeah, so he's the furthest down the hall, so you probably wouldn't have heard that specifically. But everything else you probably would have caught.
When I see you come out, I'm gonna point remembering. Don't forget, there's also Vincent. Is that his name, Vincent? There's another kid.
Reggie,
Him.
Correct.
10 points.
My God.
All right, so Chuck, you would have opened probably the third room at this point then. Victoria, by this point, you've finished stringing the bow. You've worked long enough
Awesome.
at the
And
farm.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 4 arrows in that quiver.
Nice.
They look to be fireable.
Okay.
And you have done as best you can to string that bow.
Oh boy.
But the age and the crudeness of these arrows will also yield you a D8 should any of those fire successfully. So it is also a bulky item. You can only carry 2 of those.
Good to know.
Okay, Chuck, you open the door. JT kind of stops you, puts his hand on your kind of left shoulder, and he goes, "Hey, you can't keep going forward if you're not gonna I can't keep doing the whole flashlight thing." And he's gonna kind of tap the flashlight forward and hand it to you. It's like, if you're really intent on going forward, you gotta have something.
Great. And she'll just take it and thanks and continue.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So opening this door, there is a couple, 2 concerns to you. The first is this particular room has nothing in it except for they would be probably chin height to you because of the height of the ceiling in here, actually. They're pretty low, and there are, again, probably dozens of them, but more of these wicker people. And
Yeah.
there is a stairwell, or not a stairwell, a ladder descent with just the faintest amount of light. You probably wouldn't even notice the light, but as you pass and everybody else sees it, there would probably be just the faintest amount of light coming up from that because you have the flashlight.
Yeah. She's going to do a pass around and seeing the little wicker people dangling. Fuck. God. And then seeing the ladder, she's going to move into the room with the intention of going down the ladder.
Okay. Willy, you specifically are tethered-ish to your space right now as far as I am familiar. What are you doing? Are you changing your stance? Are you doing anything with your time?
How far-ish is that basement stairway, cellar stairway from the doorway from where I'm at?
So are you standing at one end of the hallway? Kind of, you said foot in, foot out? Just so you can keep
Yeah,
your
like
mind better.
halfway.
Okay. No more than 20 feet down the hall. Like, the hallway is maybe 20 feet.
Okay.
And then it's the door on the left that Chuck walked into.
I would caution. I mean, someone want to stay on the top of the stairs. I don't want to. I think I'm going to stay here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, Willy. Yes. Stay with Ben. And if shit gets weird, run.
Ben just kind of is just kind of wringing his hands, kind of fidgeting in the corner, sitting on that chair by the cook stove. Okay, everybody else is descending then. And there are 4 of you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck goes down first. JT will follow. He's gonna give a glance up at Jack, and he goes, "Find anything I can use? She's got my flashlight."
All right, no, here, you take the hammer then.
All right. I'll grab the hammer from you and keep going down the stairs. Kind of give you the up nod kind of thing as he goes down the ladder. You two follow Chuck. This is hand carved passage. Looks just like out of packed dirt. It's definitely not a. You might call it a root cellar, maybe, but it's almost a cave in the way that it's cut. You can see light from down the hallway. Down the ladder, once you are on the landing of this very narrow hallway, you can actually hear a fireplace or a fire of some form. You can get that kind of quintessential crackle. And there's definitely more warmth down here in the night than there was upstairs.
She keeps moving, being very careful, trying to hear the sound of her brother's voice, or like at this point she's almost like praying that she can hear him like crying, or just any indication that he's here.
Okay, give me a luck check.
That's a 2.
It's a 2. No. You want to. You really want to.
Yeah, she wants to.
And as you continue forward, the other 3 of you on her heels at this point, partially proximity, partially just keeping Chuck from doing something brash. What you walk into is a dining room. You're looking at full-length table that could probably, like, the length of the table could seat 8, but there's only 2 chairs. One at either end. The ceiling is no taller. It is dirt-packed. The end opposite the hallway that you are walking into has what looks like a clay-packed furnace or an oven, like a clay oven kind of thing, kind of built through the wall. On the far side, next to the chair that is directly in front of this burning, space. You're not sure where it's vented out of, but it's vented out of somewhere because it's not particularly smoky in here. It looks like a wicker mat rolled out over one side of the table, and the entrails of the rabbits that you saw have been cast across this mat on the one side of the table, just kind of sitting there and discolored at this point. You can also see wedged into the center of the table there is a cleaver. There are 3 different hallways leading away from this space of similar cavernous stylings. And there are a couple barrels on either side. One of them has a ladle sitting atop it. But also, to note, more wicker men in this room.
Chuck, like, seeing the Wickermen over and over again, Chuck would try to look at them a little more closely. Are they just like, are there any symbols or characteristics to them that is repeating?
There is. If you're checking a number of them, and you kind of hold them, if you look at them and kind of leaf through them, their chest has a what looks like a small animal's arm bone, like a rabbit's arm bone or a leg bone, with different runes carved in them that are set inlaid into these little wicker men.
Okay.
Not all the runes are the same.
Uh-huh.
But all of them have one.
Okay. Okay.
Jack's gonna head around to the table and grab a hold of Cleaver and kind of try to pry it out.
I allow you to pry it out. You're you're not particularly pleased with the fact that it is rusted and nobody has washed it in a long ass time because it looks to be bloody, but old.
Just be rabbits, please. Just be rabbits, please. Just be rabbits.
And then you can hear, once you are all in this space, you can hear noise down 2 of the hallways. Third one you cannot. Small amounts
What
of
does-
light coming from all 3.
What does the noise sound like?
So you take the time to listen in. The one on your left is just the set on a stone floor that somebody hasn't swept in a while, and try to stand up without using your hands. That's what it sounds like. It's a kind of shifting of, like, the grating abrasion of, like, dust. And it's faint. The other side sounds calculated. Like, it sounds like prep is the easiest way that I could think of it. Like moving things, like stuff's being shifted, or you can hear the clatter of like rice being poured from a bowl into another.
Okay. Yeah, she's wants to move to the softer sound.
Willy, you're upstairs with Ben. Ben is kind of rocking back and forth, and he kind of puts a, kind of lifts his head up, and he looks at you and he goes, "Hey, why did you come out here?"
Good question. I mean, we just finished a session. It was, it's that day of the week. Chuck got a call from her mom saying you and the boys were out and about doing your thing. I mean, we had to go get you. It was dinner time, and we came, and one thing led to another, and
No, I mean, why? I was at the edge of the wood. Why would you leave me there and walk into something that people could have died? Like, you almost lost me, and then you let me almost lose you? Why?
We go home.
Yeah, you could have just taken me home. We could have been done with all of this.
It's not that easy.
No, and now we're stuck.
Yeah. When I was the other place, same thing happened. I mean, I could have. It wouldn't have been just easy to just leave, whatever that's worth. It's you have to just I couldn't let them go without me. It happened before. We had to be together. We have to be together. The more numbers, the better.
Right. Okay. Do you want to...
If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Do you want to go look for something to maybe help me clean off the windows? We might be able to scrape them off, so at least we can see what's outside.
Pause. So there are windows, but they're boarded up or something.
They're not boarded up. They're just too fucking dirty. Like,
It's real dirty, homie.
and it's like
Mhm.
it's past the point of dust that it is like it's caked dirt. They're barely translucent at this point. You would have to actually scrape.
Do you want to piggyback on me and go with the others?
No, just if there's anything in the rooms that we could use. I don't want you going downstairs, but I can stay here. And he kind of pulls out a stack of like his. He has a set of playing cards on him. He kind of takes a couple of them, and he's like, I can try to start scraping stuff with these if it works. If you want to go look for something else that we can maybe wipe them down with. And he stands up and kind of takes a deep breath, trying to kind of give himself some courage after the talk that you'd given. And he starts walking over to one of the windows, and he's very deliberately trying not to make eye contact through the window, but just focusing at an angle at the glass and trying to clean it off.
No. Knowing what's possibly outside, no. I'll take a corner of my where's not jacket, long sleeve, button down long sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Take the corner, lick it, and the tiniest corner just start smidging, because I'm not gonna clean the whole thing. I don't want that thing knowing I'm trying to get the small. It's like when someone tries to peek open through blinds, but at like the slightest angle, so you can't tell that they're looking at you.
Okay.
But I'm trying to do that through cleaning some dirt off the corner of the window.
Okay. So, we will get back to that in a moment then. Chuck, Jack, Victoria, JT. Chuck, you walk down that one hallway. Let me get a dexterity save from all of you. This is functionally stealth at this point.
Oh boy.
8 for my 16. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
very nice.
11 for 12.
Had to beat a 9. With a
Ah.
3. 3 for 9.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, friendos. Okay. All right. So you progress inward, staying quiet, and affixed to the wall of this empty space are basically pythons that have been hammered, and then like I can't remember how it's made, but basically animal glue. Like a very raw animal glue, having pasted these pythons into the walls, of which hang very heavy hempen rope that is tied and affixed your brother, hands behind his back. He is bound. He is gagged with the same rope, rough enough that you can even see the kind of like abrasions and like rug burns on the side of his face with how tight everything has been taut. And he's on the ground, laying on his side, kind of trying to roll himself over, trying to stand up, and you can watch him kind of kick his feet out to catch himself, and he quite doesn't have the footing.
She drops the bat and just runs to him, tears just streaming down her face, and just grabs him and holds him. And Ollie, it's okay. Ollie, it's okay. I'm here, Ollie. Ollie, it's okay. I'm so sorry, Ollie. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get you out. It's gonna be fine, Ollie. Jack, the knife, Jack.
Yeah,
Give me the
no,
knife.
I'm gonna get my
Ollie, it's okay.
pocket. I'm
Okay.
kind of like pocket knife, machete, or cleaver. Like I'd start just going out with the pocket knife at the moment, though,
Okay.
just because it's
So you
more
gotta-
wieldable.
You gotta help Chuck. Victoria, what are you doing?
I'm muting myself first. Is there anything else notable in the room while they're doing that? Like, I don't know, is there someone hiding or something? I don't know.
Sure. No, it's a good question. So you are using your excitement to take a look around. Along the top of the carved ceiling, there is another sigil. I don't know if you had been inspecting the Wicker Man, but there is another rune basically carved in the center of the top of this space. There is also easy to notice unless you're emotionally charged, a second python and hemp binding hanging from the wall that is empty.
Shit. Where's Reggie?
Where's
Ollie?
Reggie? There was a
Ollie, where's
second.
Reggie?
Ollie, it's okay.
So as you unbind Ollie's mouth and he kind of lets go of everything, he just holds on to you, and like
It's okay, Ollie. I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay.
it would be
We're
the
gonna get
biggest
outta
hug
here.
you've ever had if he wasn't as weak as he was, and
Yeah.
he is crying at this point as well, and he just very softly and he goes, I don't know. They took Reggie. I guess they didn't take Reggie. She took Reggie, and then he's up somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen him, and I don't even know how long I've been down here.
It's okay, Ollie. It's okay. We're gonna go home. We're gonna go home, okay? Just, I need you to hang on, okay? Yep, we're gonna go home. We're gonna go home. It's okay. Oh, thank God, Ollie. You don't just... Oh, God. And she just holds him and, like, rocks back and forth for a second. Oh, my God, okay. We're gonna go home. It's gonna be fine, okay? Mom made green bean casserole. She has the crunchy things on top. It's gonna be okay, Ollie. We're gonna go home. It's gonna be okay.
He kind of smiles and he chuckles, and or like the half out of a blubber of a chuckle, and he goes, "I don't. You can have my crunchy things."
I know I can. Come on, let's go. Come on, get up. Get up. We gotta go. Okay. All right. And she'll like grab the baseball bat with one of her other free hands, and again just like pulling him up and just desperate, like refusing to like let go of him at all. Like she is not being removed from him at all. And she'll look at Jack, just tears streaming down her face. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay. So you stand up, right, Oliver? He stands up and is okay. He's on his feet. He's lucid again. Jack, you can turn your back to the space and put your pocket knife either away or in your other hand, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, put it in that one away. Yeah.
As you both turn around and Victoria starts to backtrack and things. JT's gone.
JT? Yo!
How loud's that, Jack?
That is a loud call. JT!
Okay.
We're getting the fuck out of here. What the fuck?
So, Willy, make a charisma save.
That is a critical 1 for 14. For 16. 1 of 16.
You scared me.
Okay. You can hear the sounds coming from downstairs. There is definitely audible noise coming from downstairs at this point. And you turn your head to pay attention to it for a sec, and in the other side of your ear you can hear your brother go, no, that's not clean enough. We have to get the front. I'll leave the door open. And he goes to step outside to go get the front of the window.
Immediately, like, in that...
And because of that roll, I'll allow you to hold him from stepping out the door. And he goes, wait, no, we can't see outside if we don't get the other...
No. Is there a lock on the door?
No.
We can't. We're not separating. We don't separate. When that happens, things happen. Not good ones.
Okay. I'll stay here. I was just trying to help.
No.
Jack.
Yeah.
You're calling for JT. You're a little stressed out.
Yeah,
Victoria's
no,
in front of you if we invert the line
Yeah.
that everybody is that everybody is staring down this hallway, walking backwards.
Vic, Vic, where the fuck is JT? He was just behind us. Did you see him?
I didn't see him go. He was surprisingly quiet. I was looking at whatever the hell.
Fucking get out of the way.
that
Move.
was.
And he go like grab her, shove her to the side, and he's running down the hallway.
So you head down
corridor.
this hallway, and as you skid kind of around this turn, make a dex save for me.
Okay. Don't like your words. That's a 4 for 12.
Okay. Very nice. So you round this corner, and another very large. It's not a cleaver, but it's a angry old chopping knife. Basically swings out at the door of this hallway heading out, and instead of clotheslining you with it, you manage to catch on your heels, and the dirt makes you slip, and you land on your ass underneath the blade, which is now swung up. The tattered, partial amounts of rags on a very, very old crone of a woman. And this room is also far better lit right now. There are candles lining the table, and the table has been set for two with a number of platters and things laid out on the table itself. Victoria and Chuck, you have a moment to do something before we get into all of that nonsense. You guys don't see this immediately, but you do hear Jack land on his ass.
Chuck
Jack?
would move Ollie just right behind her and just say, "Don't let go," and she'll like have her like put his hand on the back of her jacket, so like freeing her hand, and she's gonna get ready to just tank the way through the hall to get him out.
Okay. Sounds good. Victoria, what are you doing? Because you were actually in front of the two of them, so you've got to make a decision first.
I mean, she's just gonna see what happened because he fell and just Jack. What did you do? Like, even if he just like slipped from running too fast, like.
Okay, so you will
Go
notice
look.
this. You will notice the whole thing probably 10-15 feet before you actually get to Jack's space. So you can see, because she's moving in front of Jack at this point, this almost naked, just very primal, like tribal hag, kind of standing there, cleaver in hand. She's got a sack kind of half open, maybe a couple liter size burlap sack in her other hand, and she stares the three of you down, or stares the two of you down. Chuck, you would be right behind her.
Okay, yeah. Moving, making sure that she can feel Ollie on, like holding onto her jacket. Just, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Ollie. Just deep breaths. Okay, here we go. And like as moving out, it's seeing that old like lady. As long as nobody's in the way, Chuck's gonna swing right for her fucking head.
Okay, so I will, with as narrow as this hallway is,
Understandable. Like
I-
if that's possible, great.
I will
If
allow
not,
a swing. So
Okay.
here's rationally, I will allow a swing, but I will require a dex save from Victoria.
Oh boy. Okay.
So narratively, however you are, like if you're going for it regardless, that's how that would line up.
I mean,
I think it's gonna be like if she can confidently, in her mind, here's a thing that just attacked Jack and it's standing between her and her brother, making it like out. But if it's gonna hurt one of her friends to make it happen, she wouldn't swing. You know what I mean? Like unless she has a clear shot, she wouldn't have done it. But how does impaired work actually? Is this a good time to
Yes,
like manage
it is.
that?
So impaired, It's kind of like disadvantage, but not as mean. Let's see, where did it go?
Not as mean.
Well, it just does different things. Okay, so when you are impaired, you cannot benefit from any bonus damage, which means in a multiple people are attacking this creature, your damage will be the one that takes it.
Okay.
So Electric Bastion Lens, the correction that we didn't actually use in the last session is if multiple people attack the creature at the same time, everybody rolls the dice. The highest singular die does the damage.
Okay.
So
but in this case, it would be my damage.
Yours will always be
regardless.
the damage, and you can only roll a d4.
Oh man.
So even
though
with
my
your
weapon's D6.
correct, that first swing is going to be a d4.
Damn. Yeah, if she thinks she's gonna like hurt Victoria, then she wouldn't swing, but she would try to like shimmy out, like pulling Ollie out and getting him back towards the hallway they came in for, to like get him past before squaring up to potentially go against this thing. But her priority is getting Ollie out.
Okay, so no attack from you, Jack. You are up. Then it will be Crazy Woman. Then it will be Victoria. Then Chuck is up again.
Yeah, so I'm like on the ground. Chuck's gonna take the cleaver and just swing wildly at this broad's knees.
Roll some damage.
That's a D4 for the cleaver. I don't think we ever specified.
The
That was a
cleaver.
D6.
Yeah, the cleaver
Is
is
it D6? I know the
Yeah.
mallet was a D6. Okay,
Cleaver is a d6. It's a big old knife thing.
that's a 6. Oh wait,
Hell yeah.
and chat gave me an extra damage die at the beginning.
So you
Hell
don't
yeah.
need to use it.
I don't need to use it.
No, because it will function the same way as multiple people attacking. It's
Got it.
basically
Okay.
advantage to the die.
Got it. Okay.
But you maxed it out, so you don't need it.
Nice.
Roll 6 again just to prove how lucky I am.
Okay, let me grab my magical sticky notes. Give me like 2 seconds. Where did my pens go? Nope, not in that one. Keep all of my pens and dice and things in cigar boxes. So
Nice.
I have 9 of them over here. I really like
Holy
vintage.
shit.
I really like vintage cigar boxes. They're the greatest things to store stuff in.
I mean, you're right, but
You learn a little bit more about me every one of these episodes, because last time you
That's
learned about
great.
my sticky
That's
note
great.
wall.
digging
Yeah.
through.
Sticky note wall.
So that is all right. So, sorry. Okay, so she takes some damage, or you swing, and she kind of hop steps. Mechanically, she took some damage, but it didn't do much, and you actually watch her kind of jump back, anticipating the recklessness of it, as she looks towards you and then looks towards the 2 in front of you. She's actually just gonna kind of smile a grin and step back, and she even so much as to turn away from you, like she doesn't have eyes on the 3 of you. She turns and just kind of rounds with her turn. She kind of rounds to her seat at the table and pulls out her chair and goes to sit. Victoria, you're up.
Odd. So can I see into this room at all yet, or?
Yeah, you can see
Okay.
into
And she's
into
the
the
only
space.
one in this room?
Yep.
What the fuck? That's so weird. I don't like that. And she's not like aggressing anybody.
Not visually right now, no.
don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Fear.
Can what?
Fear.
Here.
Yeah. Don't like it. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to focus on like getting Jack back up and like pushing the other people like toward the stairs. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. Are you all
I
taking
will
your
take the
turns to
rear.
leave?
Chuck's not. She's gonna get Ollie like back towards the ladder, and like looking at the. She's gonna say, "Where the fuck are the others?"
Where the fuck is JT? JT! And he's gonna keep shouting, JT, where are you at?
And she will look at you and look at Chuck and look at Jack, and she kind of a very slow kind of half smile, but full 4 teeth that she probably has left, and full awful grin, and she looks at all of you and she goes, she stands and she pulls one of the wicker men off of the ceiling, and she takes the rune out of it, and you watch her walk. She turns and she walks back to the little clay stove, and full hand she puts, like, she reaches her full hand into the open fire and puts the rune into the stove, and you can watch just like smoke billow out of it briefly. Jack, JT's always been there. He's standing over to your left, and JT kind of looks at you and he goes, "What do you?" I was just checking out the other hallway.
What the fuck? Okay. Good. We gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't know what the fuck this bitch is doing, but we need to go.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
JT?
Yeah, what? We got... Good. We got Ollie.
Yeah,
Let's go.
JT's here. Let's go.
No.
There's
Who the
still
fuck
Reggie.
are you?
And also you.
What do you mean? I
Prove
handed
that
you
you're
my
JT.
flashlight.
Prove that you're JT. Jack, ask him something only JT would know. Prove that he's fucking JT.
I don't. What? This doesn't make any sense. He's JT. He's
No.
out to check into their hallway.
And why isn't he thinking it's weird that this lady's here?
Ask him a question, Jack.
I
don't know why the fuck we're arguing. We gotta go. If she's not gonna fight, then I say we leave her there. We go. We leave now. We save the kid. We can get out of here.
What was the last route we ran at a Thanksgiving game? I decked Willy and you told me to run a route. What was it?
Make a charisma save for me.
Okay. That's a 15 for 9.
He answers correctly.
It's JT. That's yeah.
Ollie, is that the one that took Reggie?
No, this is... No, you know.
Okay.
He stays outside.
Is it the big thing?
Okay.
I don't know, probably.
Okay.
We didn't see him. We just knew that we tried to leave, and they didn't let us.
Is the hag just still holding her hand in the fire while we're doing this?
She has, by this point, she
Okay.
has returned to just sitting at her place, just eating.
Where is Reggie?
She just continues to eat.
Is it like gross eating or is it like dainty eating?
It's actually fairly dainty, considering.
Okay.
It is. We're talking knife and fork.
Oh, thank goodness. For a
Um,
second, I thought she was a barbarian.
and then the sound of preparations, have they stopped? Is it safe to assume that
Mhm.
this person was the one that was making him?
Probably her. Yep.
Wait. Yeah, where the fuck is Reggie? Shit, we can't leave someone else back here.
Vic, can you just like peek down that hall really quick? Since it seems like she's not gonna do anything. Ollie, just stay right here. It's okay. We're gonna go. We just want to make sure that we don't leave Reggie.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, just gotta see if she can peek down the hallway, I guess, because there's one room we didn't look in.
Okay. So, down the hallway there is a clay countertop. It is as clean as it can be. It's free of anything. It looks like it was a preparation table. There's another knife, or there's not a knife. There's actually a whetstone present. She took the knife with her, but there's a whetstone present in there. There's also a you can see like a I would describe them as forceps, but they're primitive and made out of cast iron. Like they're not, you know, like salad tongs, I guess, but very crude. And then there's a barrel, and the barrel is kind of half cracked, but everything else in the room appears to be fine.
May I ask what is in the barrel?
You can. If you're looking in the barrel, I would like you to make a charisma save.
I
Oh
fucking knew
boy!
it!
Oh no, we found him. Oh no. I'm so scared. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
He's hesitating.
Yeah, I am. So what you see in the barrel is the reason it took you guys so long to figure it out, and that is this is probably the cleanest cannibal you've ever seen. The body was properly skinned. All of the bones were removed. This kid was filleted, basically. Like, it is just steaks that they took. Everything else was left to be gotten rid of in the barrel. So all that Jack and Chuck see is this woman is eating it's just meat. Like, it is unassuming and well prepared. And the sight of the visual of coming to contact with how horrible that is, you will take, I rolled an 8. You will take 8 damage, and that will come from your charisma score.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I've hit 2 charisma.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
is,
boy.
you are not dying from this kind of thing, but until you can be appropriately consoled, you cannot take your own actions. You will basically need to be let out of here. And you kind of see all of this, and you two hear that barrel, not realizing it's a barrel, but you hear it topple over as she, like, stumbles back and trips on the side of the hallway. And you watch her full backpedal, no words, out of that hallway, kind of bumping into things and hyperventilating as...
Vic, oh my God, Vic, are you okay?
Vic, I'm gonna move over to like right here, like, Vic, what's it? What's up? Where's
we need to go right now.
Willy. Your brother is still trying to convince you that we have to do something. If we don't, like, why don't we just, if you don't want to go outside, why don't we just break it? Just get rid of a pane or something, just so we can see. We don't know where it is.
There, outside.
Okay, how do we get out then?
With the others. If you want to do something, come downstairs with me. You'll be on my back.
Okay.
No separating, no going, no implicating. I I've almost lost them, and I'll be fucking damned if I lose you.
We can stay here and wait. I'll go. Let's go at least look for something. Maybe. I don't know if there are weapons in here, but I don't like just standing, but I'm not going downstairs.
I think they took them. They searched the place before they went down. Whatever was of value of use, they took it. I looked through the little peak angle hole.
Okay. As you peer through it, and you take a look, and you can actually see just enough of outside to watch a shadow actually in the clearing pass by, of a fairly grand size. We're talking 9 feet tall ish. And as you do, make another charisma save.
It went down. Let me roll it. 16 for 16.
16 for 16.
Woo!
You are doing very well. That one was not... Okay, so... What you watch, your periphery allows you to see through the illusion, since all you have been doing is paying attention, and what you could have heard and saw was a hand flit past the door, and the perception of your brother trying to step outside to get a better look actually came across as the door moved, attempted to open, and you watched the visual of your brother just kind of fade out. Aware of the game at this point.
He's gone.
Yeah. But you watched him go. Like, you watched his form basically evaporate, yeah.
Is the shadow still there?
You went outside?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I book it downstairs.
Okay. You all hear heavy footsteps as you are consoling Victoria.
Shit. Get all the way from this ladder.
As Willy just like peels down that ladder. You see Ollie. You see the three of them. Victoria is white. Like ill white. And
Willy, what's going on? Where's Ben?
He's gone. It's
Wait, what do you mean he's gone? What happened to Benji?
it's mind. It's in my mind. He was never there to begin with.
Chuck
What?
looks over at JT.
JT looks back at you.
He was never there. I saw him disappear.
No,
Reaches
you're
back
lying.
to make sure that Ollie's
I
still there.
saw him disappear before my eyes. We were doing nothing except watching the shadow figure.
That doesn't make any. No, that doesn't make any sense. I came in here with Ben.
I look at
Yeah,
Chuck.
we all came in here with Ben.
Look at Chuck. Ben was never here. It was never Ben.
She looks back at Ollie,
Ollie's
just
there.
desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie, I need you. She looks at she's terrified, but we've got to go. We got to get out of here. Let's go. Come on, Ollie, let's go.
Down if it wasn't for him not being here.
I know, but let's go. We got to get Ollie out of here. Vic, something happened to Vic. We got to go.
If if Ben was never there.
No,
But-
this is
No, Chuck's got a point. We gotta move. Let's go. And JT is at the back of the pack, standing at the entrance of, like, if you guys are moving down the hallway, JT is basically between the dining room and the hallway leading to the ladder, and he's like, no, we gotta go. Move along. Let's go.
Following. Wait, who's that? But wait, and you were with
Doesn't
Ben.
matter.
You were with Ben at the beginning. And if that wasn't Ben,
Look,
He's-
I offered you all the opportunity to just go. I got fed. I don't have any problems. But now, fuck it. You want a bitch? Fine. And you watch JT evaporate as well. And behind him,
What the
making eye
fuck?
contact with that space, is the witch eating, just smiling.
What the fuck?
and Ollie's
Where-
still there.
Yep, Ollie's still there.
just
Victoria's just more traumatized. She's just like receding more into herself, much like I am
what
receding
the
into my
fuck
shirt.
happened?
Ollie, we gotta run, okay? We're gonna run.
Okay.
getting Victoria.
Nah, this fucker took JT. Fuck this.
It's not JT. It was never JT. We have to go.
Just gonna let him eat fucking kid?
Chuck, I would like you to make a charisma save for me.
Fuck. Damn it. No. I have 5, guys. This is not good.
Hey, you have more than me now.
That's
That's
true.
20. 25% chance.
That's a 3.
Very nice.
Holy
Jack,
shit.
you really wanted to believe that was your brother. He's always been there for you. But for the first time in this whole trip, there is a part of you that actually recognizes, in the desperation that Chuck has been providing this whole time, that she has, as brash as she has been, provided only her best interests towards everything going on. She wouldn't try to lie to you about whether or not that was Justin, or whether or not he was here. And you believe her.
Fuck. What the fuck? What the fuck is going? Kind of just is gripping like a white knuckle grip on the machete, on the cleaver. Just if we're going, we're going. But if we're staying, I'm killing this fucker.
And
Is there any response from the hag when he says that?
she kind of looks up at you, still smiling. She hasn't even moved, really. And she just extends a hand and gestures it towards the door. Or towards the ladder down the hallway. Very clear signs that she's letting you leave if you want to leave.
Beast.
Shh. Vic.
Chuck is gonna start leading
Okay.
Ollie.
Ollie will
out.
follow very closely.
Yeah, she wants to get her brother out.
Vic,
Okay.
Vic. Where's Reggie?
At this point, like, she just starts crying, like, and
That's
just
Pulling her by
shaking
her
her
wrist,
head.
like just pulling you along.
yeah, which is the only way she can move. So if you're guiding her, that's
Yeah.
where she's going. And that is enough for you, Jack, to understand the question.
He kind of looks down at the table and looks at the hag and just looks at everyone running back. Fuck. Fuck you. And he's gonna turn.
So you all leave. Or you all go upstairs. Willy, you would probably be, since you were the one at the ladder, did you go upstairs first? Like, are you turning back around when people start to leave?
I think it was Chuck who like.
Well, I mean, but
initiated.
you were closest to the ladder, though. Like, Chuck would
yeah,
have had to push past you, so you could have turned around before she did, since they were all moving down the hallway.
Chuck initiated, and I'm gonna say I followed Chuck.
Okay,
I thought
so
we
you
were.
step aside. You let Chuck and Ollie lead. Chuck, Ollie, as you guys get upstairs, the others all following, you walk to the front door. What are you doing?
She's gonna turn and wait for everybody to kind of like be at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
And she's just like openly crying, like just losing her shit.
Yep. Yep. I feel.
Yeah, and just gripping like Ollie's hand like so tightly, like terrified that at any moment like this isn't actually Ollie. And she's going to get ready to push open the door and say, "We're gonna have to run, but we need to stick together. Willy, do you have your lighter?" Can you light something on fire in here?
There's a stove, or no, the stove's downstairs, correct?
The stove's upstairs.
Is it gas or is it?
No, it would be a wood-burning cooktop, like a hunter's wood-burning cooktop. The one downstairs was like a clay oven inlaid.
Are there curtains?
Yeah. Or something like that.
Yeah,
That's what
old.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Usually one of the fastest fire catchers.
Okay.
Are
you just igniting the house then? Is that the goal?
Yep.
Okay.
Chuck is heavily implying burn this to the ground.
My logic is like that's like the first layer of the house. There's still a bottom, so if it burns, it would entirely burn because there's
but
still.
But it would be something. Like
so there's evidence by like results in my headspace. So I'll still burn the top of the house.
Okay. Sounds good. So, you light the curtains on fire, and they catch quick. You really don't have a lot of time to make a decision. Then you all just popping open the door and peeling out.
Yep. Chuck's gonna push open the door and start running, like the way that they came, bat in hand, like with Ollie, just almost dragging Ollie as fast as she can. Hoping that the blaze from the house will help light the forest enough that, like, if that thing's out there that she saw earlier, that just hoping it'll give them some light, you know?
Okay. So, all 5 of you run, and run you do. I would make you roll for this, because somebody has to keep tabs on Victoria during this process. But narratively, it is unnecessary because as you all run directly to your left, maybe 20 feet off from the center line that you are running forward, stands what you would assume to be the vision of just a very large, we're talking like 9 foot tall, just Goliath of a person. Very heavily set with multiple layers of furs. He carries a very large, probably rehammered a number of times, crude woodcutter's axe. And instead of his face where you can see it, it looks to be, there is the skull of a bear that just sits over top, almost like a helmet, but there's nothing underneath. You can't see anything underneath. And as you could consider them antlers, were they not very clearly in the moonlight arms, like just the bones of fucking people's arms fashioned into this horrible antler situation, and it just watches. Both
it's not
the
like
witch,
chasing?
Not at all. Both the witch and this thing, this hunter, allow you all to leave the wood, and curiously enough, not a trap bothers you. Doesn't matter which direction you run, nothing impacts you, nothing stops you from leaving the space. You also notice that without too much difficulty, or without too much distance being put between you and this cabin, as soon as you leave the clearing, what you would expect to see from behind you is the backlit visual of fire goes from there could have been fire to very quickly being put out.
I don't
But-
feel good about this one, gang.
But they let you leave. Now,
Yep.
go ahead.
Chuck, like, Sarah the player understands that this probably means that whatever is happening is going to continue happening. We didn't successfully stop the bad thing, but Chuck the character doesn't give a shit.
Mhm.
Like, we're getting Ollie out. And
Sometimes you just don't.
Sometimes you just don't. Like, yeah.
It's the horror movie.
Yep.
Sometimes
she's
you get.
hauling,
Sometimes you get to live.
Yep, hauling ass with her kid brother, just tearing through the woods.
And make it back you all do. You reach the tree line before you notice that there are probably 4 or 5 more flashlights scanning the line. Once again, the flashbacks of a familiar sight of blue and red illuminating the tree line of folks who have come looking for you.
When Chuck sees the lights and realizes that Ollie has just lived through something that she experienced as well, she just starts like gasping, like panic attack sobs as they kind of break through the outside of the forest.
Okay. So, once again, whatever you end up trying to explain of the situation, there is a boy missing. It doesn't matter what wild tale you could bring up. That boy is just missing. They never found a body. This cabin was unlocatable. Or rather, actually, they located the cabin. But the cabin was empty. There was nothing in there. It was an old place, dilapidated, barely functional. They didn't see any evidence of what you had anticipated, no traps. And once again, you are all left feeling gaslit by the existence of Ravenscrest and what you had all been through, because you know a boy died. The truth is still there because people saw it, or people know that the boy is missing. And you all walked out, but it's wild, and you are starting to be talked about as, like, some people call you nuts, some people call you coincidentally in absolutely the wrong place at the wrong time and are starting to question that. But I would like, before we do outros and things, we will not pick up the existence of this kind of thing until after your guys' canonical Christmas break, into probably, we're looking at probably February of your guys' senior year, of this year. How does your next 4 months of school go? We'll start with Chuck.
Poorly. I think she was already teetering, kind of not being fully engaged, but having this happen again, like she's stopped sleeping is consistently. Like, I think she was already pretty protective of Ollie, but that's kind of redoubled.
Yeah.
She's skipping classes more consistently, and just seems like as the time passes and she realizes like this stuff is going to keep happening to like her or people like her, I think that she can't shake that, and it's fully freaking her out. Like,
Okay.
it happened to her. That's one thing that happened to her, but it happened to Ollie, and like never fucking again.
Okay. Jack.
So being associated with not only with this group but increasingly strange things is not great for Jack's attempted return to the social hierarchy. He gets in. He is continued. He's getting picked on now, like side comments that he used to not get in the hallway about being a psychopath, and people making fun of him for getting lost in the woods and the house, and he like doesn't even bother explaining after 4 months of enduring this. He tries to join the team, but all their antics are just a lot. I mean, he like socially, not because I mean it's the off season. Come on. But you know, he stops even trying to go to parties. Just hanging out with this group if they even let him. And most nights, honestly, he's just alone and engrossed in his studies, trying harder and harder just to get out of here at the end of all this. Just needs to graduate. Just needs to graduate. Just needs to graduate. Like, that's it. That's all that's on his head.
How's your relationship with your brother? He knows
He
nothing of this.
Yeah, he comes back and Jack just like tries to connect with him more. You know, almost out of like, we both made it through something. Like at first he's like not certain and kind of asking him a lot of questions that makes him seem extra strange. And JT, being the real JT, is like accommodating at first, but slowly is like, what the fuck is going on? And down the line, I mean, he's getting ready to go back to college. He starts hearing from his buddies the crazy shit that went on. And I mean, his mom and dad aren't much help because they're telling him, you know, you gotta stop hanging out with those kids. They're trouble, you know. But not having anything else, he keeps saying, you know, oh, I'm going to Willy's house, or, you know, he starts lying to his parents about where he's going. But, you know, JT is still as the same socially conscious person as his brother is. And there'll just be a moment, I think, at the end of fall break where Jack's just going to overhear him making a comment like, my little brother, it's fucking crazy. And it's going to hurt him more than anything because JT's kind of his hero. And watching him save skin like that is just gonna, yeah. It I wouldn't say he stopped being an important person to him, but that relationship's never gonna be
the same thing. Okay. Victoria.
Oh boy. So, yeah, even just immediately after everything that happened, you know, they get back to, you know, out of the woods, and she is just in shock. I mean, just everything that happened, like she was just low-key catatonic. And even though like could have seen a specialist get, you know, like mechanically stats fixed and stuff, like even in a group hangout, she's just not really is there mentally anymore. She like retracts more into herself than she already did. I feel spends more time kind of on her own, either whether that be on the farm or something like that. But yeah, like you wouldn't think she would get quieter, but she did. And what's absolutely insane was I decided to draw another card, because why not? And I ended up getting the Three of Wands, which is just a girl on her own outside.
In the woods.
I got reversed, and I had to look up the meaning because I didn't know. But it's a feeling of being restricted, a lack of growth, and being boxed in. And I think, yeah, that's pretty accurate to how she's feeling right now. Like, it's just, there are very few people that she believes could understand moving on after seeing what she saw.
Understandable. There's more that I will talk to you about personally because of the way that directly affected you mechanically too, that we can discuss later.
Yeah.
Willy.
It's one thing to pursue interests and folly in a naive state before all of this. It's another to participate in it and have others dismiss it when it was very much real. And I think that is a very rocky ground that he's now treading of exploring right now. He goes through school, socially conscious of how to play the social game, just go through the motions, doing everything, but is very tired, very slightly hollow inside. No. Decides to play the social game just to keep up appearances. Stays home a little more than usual, but realizing that what could have been his brother, what could have been Ollie, what could have been his friends, himself, part of him refuses, out of fear, out of a change of pace, a mixture of them even more, to refuse to be victimized, and spends time at the city library looking through archived documents of any strange occurrences that may have been similar to what they've experienced, things that have been easily dismissed by the public, but yet were documented by at least a few people, and what happened to them, and why now, why again, why here, why them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to ask you another couple questions. I just want a yes or a no. I'm going to run right down the line. Do any of your parents care or are concerned enough about the situation to either request or require you to find help? Chuck.
Yes.
Jack.
Sorry, pitch that to me one more time.
Do your parents either listen or care enough towards the situation to require you to seek help?
No, because
Okay.
a timberman does it himself.
Okay. Victoria.
Yep.
Willy.
I live with mom, so yes.
Okay, I'm going to run down the line again. Do you accept that help? Chuck.
No.
Victoria.
After a while, yes.
Okay. Willy. Okay. These will all influence stuff further. Last question, because these will all influence the next episode, which we won't see till 2021. But do any of you... actually, there's two more questions. The first one is, do you still hang out, by the end of this 4 months, do you still hang out with the group? Are you still part of the group? Chuck.
Yes.
Jack.
He's allowed to be.
Okay. Victoria.
Yes, though she's probably more distant. Like I said, she's just
Okay.
kind of removed from everything.
Willy. Okay. Good. Well, you've formed a good bond between the four of you, which is good. I think feasibly that's all we need for the moment then. Thank you all for letting that get a little intense there for your heavy
Holy
stuff.
Shit.
But that is the part 1 of a multi-part mini-series cataloging your final year at school. And hopefully, as of now you've all seen, maybe your final year in Ravenscrest before you find something better. But till then, y'all are stuck. thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out and playing games or watching this, as tense as that got. I really appreciate all y'all who are hanging out in the chat and helping out with things and keeping everything so active. Thank you so much for the players. Thanks to Chris McDowell for making the system that I have chosen to hack and slash up into an entirely different thing using the same rules, which is fun. But why don't we do some outros then? Go ahead and alphabetical order once again.
Can do. Hello, I'm Osirix Franco. I played Charlie, otherwise known as Chuck McPherson. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Osirix Franco. I'm just all over the TPK stuff. Tomorrow you can check me out on Nat 20 in a special one shot GM'd by Ash and Rabbit. I'm very excited. It should be fun. Gosh, I mean, check out the schedule for TPK. There's a lot of incredible things going on all the time. Thank you so much for letting me play as a part of this group. This is one of my favorite characters that I've ever done, and this is one of my favorite groups. So it's been a blast. Thanks, chat, and we'll see you later.
Hey everybody, I am Turk. I was playing Jack Timberman of the Timberman family. What am I doing for the rest of my week? Nothing. You can find me on Twitter at Turk Accented, and here on Twitch if I ever do anything, which is rare and few and far between, at Turk with an accent. Keep it locked, of course, for TBK. This week is going to be quiet for us, but going forward, I can promise our December is more jam-packed than a Christmas mall shopping parking lot. And it's just going to keep flowing, and the content's going to keep coming out. Keep it locked for 2021 for Ravenscrest when it comes back. And you know, join our Discord. It's the best place to find out what's going to happen. It's the best place to find people who play and make excellent third-party systems like this that allow us to do something that's not just D&D, or not just traditional TTRPG content, which has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you all again for watching. Thank you for everyone on this screen right now for being amazing, and I'm very much looking forward to what happens next.
Oh boy, me. Hello everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You can find me at Sir Heckalot on our Twitter and on our awesome Discord server. Oh, I should, talk about who I played. I played Victoria, the strange person. Listen, this was a heavy ending. I'm trying my best. But yeah, this was an awesome session. Can't wait to see what happens after this. But first, you're gonna see me next time on Black Chapel Part 2, which is going to be so fun. I'm so excited for it. So be ready for that. Then after that, I don't think you'll see me until well, I'm in Tyranny of Dragons now. That's also a thing that we're doing. So definitely look at that. And then you'll see me every Sunday on Total Party Recap, and we have lots of fun guests and just have shenanigans a lot of the time. So you should definitely go watch that. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all my plugs.
Hello. It's Dev Develops. Thank you all so much for being with us. I had the enormous fun playing Willy Timberman, Jack's cousin, eccentric cousin.
So much more than his cousin, though.
I disappear for a little bit in December. I will see everyone in 3 weeks for Sherlock investigations, but I think it's pretty much it for me up until the following year. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see if I pop up around.
Well, thank you all once again. My name is Carlman Turner. As far as my Instagram and Twitter are concerned, you can find me there. And then Discord is JK Madigan with a whole bunch of little nicknames that these guys are so lovingly giving me throughout the TPK Discord. It's a great place. If you have not joined the community, join the community. It's good. But I have 2 things coming up in December. Once again, it is a quiet week this week. 2 things coming up in December. One, we have Blackchapel Part 2, which Blackchapel was the first thing that I ever ran for TPK, and now months later we are going to see it finished in
Woo!
spectacular fashion. And then
Yeah, you do. I see you.
Welcome to TPK. We blew up your plot.
Yep, I showed up and they burned down a church. It was good.
We blew up a
Uh,
church. It's different.
You did. You blew up a church and then you pickaxed a pastor to death.
Like you
What-
did.
Go
To be fair,
watch
one
it.
of them.
No spoilers.
One of
yeah,
them did
go check those out.
For you, if any, like wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna be great. If you have not seen it, Nif, go watch the other one. It's good. But then at the end of the year, I have a project that I am very, very excited for. That is specifically a send-off to 2020. It is designed to let us leave this feasibly horrible year with a game that I found by accident, written lovingly for the year, called The World Broke. It'll be a great way to finish everything out. And then next year, I got a show showing up on every other Saturday called The Top Shelf, which we are going to explore a different tabletop role-playing system every other week. It'll be fun. So many one-shots. Then we got Ravenscrest coming back next year. So lots of big things, and that's only my stuff. We have all kinds of DMs with all kinds of stuff cooking. I mean, Chuck here has got The Bard's Refrain, which we saw just recently, which is always so good. So lovingly
You're
put
too
together.
kind. Thank you.
No, just kind
That's kind
enough.
Hey.
But yeah, all good stuff. Check us out on the Discord. We will